I play the audio again.
You can play it again. I missed it.
Yeah, let me play it. Like all of it, I kind of stopped it. Oh, that's so cool.
Well, that's cute.
Thank you, Tareen. That's so cute. It's a little bear dancing. Tareen, you better not be trying to be shady. Talk about the bear. Got the bear dancing. But all right, let me play it over.
I just know when the DL Whisperer gets off of his phone and watches the door roll in and the deposit in his bank account from TikTok, I know he'd be laughing at black women. Without a doubt, he's thinking, look at these gullible black issues buying all of this rubbish. That man doesn't care about y'all. He is grifting you in real time, and you all are too gullible to actually care. I honestly think you guys do know, but you don't care because it contributes to the mess, and that's what y'all like. I promise you that man is laughing at y'all. He's not trying to help black women. He's laughing at you. And he's intentionally grifting you in order to promote his femphobia and transphobia. And we know that out of all of the female demographics, black women are the most obsessed with gay men, DL men, and trying to figure out if a man is DL or not. A black man who's on the DL does not want anything to do with anyone on the LGBT spectrum. That means he's not using these kind of mannerisms. He's not trying to be sassy or zesty. He's trying to be as masculine as he can. And then we have another demographic of delusional ass black women talking about they don't like the DL. A lot of us are actually employed or in school right now and we're focusing on real life stuff. We don't really care about who's on the down low or who's not. I personally do not care about whose booty gets played with between the hours of 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. Then we have the delusional dollies talking about he's protecting our health. Meanwhile, y'all don't even get tested regularly. You don't get tested every 3 months, not even with your man. I can confidently say if you were over the age of 25 and you've been dating since high school, so pretty much across the past decade or so, you've probably dated a bisexual man. You just never knew it. He didn't tell you.
So, hold on, wait.
I blocked that weirdo a long time ago, and I will let him continue grifting y'all and using y'all for whatever you're worth. What I do know for sure is that intelligent black women are not involving themselves in this mess. They have way too much going on to even think about delusional shit like this. I just know.
So, it's a lot, but hold on. Let's clock something. Since you got your degree and you know everything, Mr. Liz. He said if you've been dating, you probably dated a bi man, and you didn't know it because he didn't tell you, and you're being grifted, and y'all are obsessed, and this is delusional, and black women do it the most. If we've all dated these bi men, then how is it a grift and how is it delusional?
Not only that, it's like that nigga hate us too. Shit.
His misogyny leaking.
Real bad. Talk about we're busy getting our degrees. Excuse you?
Thank y'all.
Oh, that wasn't a woman?
No, that was a man.
Oh. I need to listen to it again.
And let me show y'all, listen to this one real quick. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. I appreciate
Make your next gold sandals again. I like the sandals.
I'm gonna make his sandals again. I appreciate y'all. Please tap the screen and share the live. I'm gonna play I'm gonna play this one more clip before we get into the conversation. Let me play it. This is a woman.
Watch my full video. I know I gotta. So clearly you lack critical thinking skills because you watch my full video. I already said two things could be true at once. But the gag is that the DL Whisperer isn't doing any woman, especially a black woman, any service at all. Number one, like I said, he is the exact man that your man is probably quote unquote sleeping with. Number two, you are literally giving your men to him on a silver platter, and he's using your paranoia and your internalized phobia against you to get views, likes, and monetary gain. So it's crazy to me how none of you can see what's right in front of your face, especially when it comes to a man that you claim you're so scared might be gay. Because nobody can tell you something that you could already see right in front of you, right? We as women have the strongest level of discernment. So to sit here and think that you need some guy who just came on TikTok telling you what you should look for, signs in men, because he's insecure and bored and in his mama's basement with nothing to do is crazy. How is a DL Whisperer telling you that if a guy has veneers that he's gay helpful? How is a deal whisperer telling you that if a guy has gold grills, that he may be gay? Like, that's literally insane. But I digress. He's your savior, so go off. So
They talking to us like we stupid. Now she said
What race is she, Mia?
she black. She said your man, and then I forgot why I wrote your man, but she said we are giving our man to him on a platter.
Right. You caught that? So that
I
means
asked what race she was because she talking like she not black. Like, and that speaks volumes.
The interesting thing is, it's I don't know. This is what I was saying earlier about like women gonna get blamed regardless. How is a woman
Black
serving
women
her?
specifically, both of them talking to black women.
All right, black women. How black women serving ass on the platter? How is that? How is that woman serving ass on the platter? Like how? What are y'all talking about? I don't. That's
she
it.
said you literally serving your man on a platter, and your man is probably the one that he's sleeping with. What? What? That don't make no damn sense.
Yeah, that's what they said. Your man is probably your man is the one he's sleeping with. Then he needs to tell us because
You know what this feel like?
what?
Your homegirl ever tell you that she saw your nigga at the club with another girl, and he talk
Hmm.
about oh, so you just gonna bleed that bitch?
Yeah,
That's what this feel like.
exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a reason for it. So let me talk to y'all about my research. Y'all know I do horrorcore research. Let me see where it's at. A lot of it has to do with them. Look, I said this yesterday. It's a gaslighting that's happening, right? It's a major gaslighting that's happening overall with women, with all men, all male, born or assigned at birth humans, collectively getting together consciously or unconsciously to gaslight women, because the whole goal, I want this to be clear, the goal is for men to have access to women, whether that is emotionally, sexually, or socially. And men are making sure they help men have access to women. It's the patriarchy and misogyny that tries to silence women into having these conversations to talk about it. And that's why when they say that the DL whisper isn't helping, he sure ain't fucking hurting. He might not be helping. I don't know what he's talking about with veneers and goals. I don't know what y'all hoes talking about. But the truth is, and the record will show that there are some DL men with goals and there are some DL men with veneers. So that it whether it's exaggerated, whether it's whatever you want to call it, it is a thing. And let me skip to the end with what my point is, so y'all can understand. At the end of the day, the point is that women are not stupid, and y'all are trying to mock women and say that we're gullible and say we pea-brained and we stupid, and y'all talking to us like we the scum of the earth. Y'all talking to us like y'all freaking out, like y'all don't want us to look in the closet. Y'all talking to us so crazy and telling us that he got us, he's using us, while y'all are talking to us like we are fucking children, which shows what really is going on. When the fact is, it is so bad. It could be any, there is no sign. There is no one specific thing that will help women be able to identify that men are DL. There's no one specific thing. So with whatever thing women are doing to protect themselves and to be mindful and to just have this, just having, to me, knowing that it's a possibility is what can save women. Knowing that, hey, we don't know exactly what it looked like, so it could be anybody. It could be any man that you're talking to. If he seems to have this disdain for women, that is something that can help you identify. It is an indicator.
You know what, Mia? I was gonna say this. It's so funny how they love to claim that they have gaydar, but y'all don't got motherfucking DLdar.
No.
Now all of a sudden the gaydar don't work. There's no such thing, but y'all be claiming all the time that y'all could tell. But when it comes to the DL, oh, there's no specific way. There's nothing. Da da da. So it's okay. It's socially acceptable to literally use the term gaydar, but we can't use these tips and tricks on how to clock if your man is gay. And then I was gonna say, never mind, I forgot.
It's gonna come to you because trust me, we're gonna circle around. So let me read this real quick. So the reason why there's a blame shift, right? From it being about patriarchy to it being about women is because it's easier. We know that it's easier, but men are socialized. But we don't want to socialize. I mean, sorry, excuse me. We don't want to talk about how men are socialized to shame and punish or ridicule queerness, especially amongst each other. Men are socialized to do that. That's where all of this hegemonic masculinity, one of the things with hegemonic masculinity is being in a heterosexual relationship. It's literally in it, and men subscribe to that all the time. So they are to shame. That's why I forget if it was Lena who was like, that's why men be saying like no homo, or now it's no Diddy, because it is men who shame and talk about men because they are wanting to make sure that men are performing masculinity the way they're supposed to. Now that will vary in different cultures and different countries, but nonetheless that's a thing. So other people are deflecting that responsibility and putting it onto women, and a lot of things that they're saying is that women don't make men safe enough to open up. We know for a fact that men don't make men safe enough to open up. Men don't make men safe.
Mia Lines has a question. I would love for her to answer. I mean, ask or him.
Okay, go ahead.
So you guys said that the Dio Whisperer, you stated that he's not helping, but he also is not hurting. And I would like to ask, because he stated in one of his videos that, about trans women, and he was saying how, the reason why trans women don't like him and stuff like that. And I would disagree with it because he is putting, trans women lives in danger. Not only that,
Hold up. What are they saying?
so what is he?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
didn't
you said they
connect the
saying they don't
thought.
like them. What are they saying?
Yeah, you didn't connect the thought. You have to make it connect.
Oh, what he was saying was that trans women is not liking him because he exposing, you know, the DL men, and it's not even that.
How is
He's
that putting T women in danger?
How is he putting trans women in danger?
Yeah,
Because I think y'all are trying to use inflammatory language on purpose.
correct.
I'm not trying to.
Well, no,
No,
no.
answer the
Can you
question.
answer the question? Correct. Thank you, Tara.
How is he
How is
putting
that?
trans?
Yeah,
I really want to know.
Okay, so when you expose a DL man, what what did he how else let me put it into terms. When a DL man is exposed, if he's not able to get to that person, he's gonna, how I say, I would say he's gonna attack the person that he's able to attack, right?
How? How? Hold up. What? Hold up.
But
Which? Hold up. Is there a trans woman or something that he like was like this the one? Like they told me this or something? What's that name? Let's look him up.
so I wanted to say, trans women have been talking about how they shouldn't date DL men amongst themselves for years. So they understand the danger that they are in. They're actively readily able to remove themselves from a situation. Once that exposure happens, they already know that they're not safe. But women don't.
and I just want to say this. So not exposing DL men puts cis women in danger, or women in general, right?
Hmm.
See women and cis women in danger, but exposing them per you, which I don't agree with you, and I think that that's an
No,
illogical.
it's not only about
Hold
trans
on,
women. It
hold
put
on,
women.
hold
Okay,
on, hold
I'm
on,
not.
hold on. So not exposing, I mean, exposing them puts T women in danger, but fuck the cis women. We gotta save the T women.
That's not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm
It's
saying.
not clear. Not even. But here's the thing. It's nothing. It's no different than when people online saying you should expose men for saying certain things or cuss them out because he can go harm another woman. When the fuck are y'all going to get the message? It's the fucking men. Like you telling me women talking about the harm caused to them by men being on a fucking DL, living double lives. Oh, that put trans women in fucking harm's way. Are you
I'm
fucking
not. I'm
serious?
not
Like
talking
really
about women.
think no think hold up. Really think about what you saying. We be tiptoeing around these niggas and letting them get around away with all types of shit. Cause like, what the fuck? He could do something. Y'all some scary ass motherfuckers first. Second of all, unless a T woman come to the forefront and say, "Oh, I'm exposing these niggas," you ain't saying shit. You're not saying shit, and you no different than the motherfuckers who was on here yesterday trying to quiet us from having this conversation. Y'all motherfuckers so fucking male centered. It's fucking irritating.
I'm
If
not.
you want to go suck dick in the back of the fucking alley, go do it.
Okay, so hold on, cause he not hurting me. So
He is.
okay, how is he hurting?
By
What
these
is he
DL men
doing
being
that's hurting?
exposed, they can easily cause domestic violence against women in general.
So why
So
you just
Women
didn't
are
say
being
it at
alive
first?
for
so
being
hold on,
exposed.
one
Women
second.
are being alive for
Hold
being
on,
exposed.
hold on.
So
So DL men being exposed by the DL whisperer. Now you saying it hurts women in general. So what are we supposed to
I
do?
was. Mm. You said what are we supposed to do?
So should we? So should? Are you implying that we shouldn't talk about it?
No, that's not what I'm applying.
Okay. So what's the solution?
What I'm
If
applying is
okay.
certain people are not supposed to be in the discussion, like the DL Whisperer, because before he became the DL Whisperer, he was the DL Lover Boy.
No, no,
So
no. But
that's
he,
what I'm saying.
What does that
hold
have to
on,
do
Certain
with
hold
anything?
certain
on,
people are not
hold on,
supposed to be a
y'all.
part of the
Hold
certain
on.
people are not supposed to be a part of the conversation because
No.
it's
So
certain males, that are
excuse me. I don't know how you
homosexual.
identify. So I don't. When I'm speaking, the host speaking. Please, hold on for a second, because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm not stupid. And I know when I hear bullshit, men do this all the time. And I know when the rhetoric is the same as men. Cause what you telling me is that I mean, not what you're telling me. You already have a script because I want you to explain to me how the DL whisper is not, I mean, is how he's harming the community by talking about DL men, and you try to deflect and go to the fact that he was DL Loverboy, and you think I'm stupid, like I don't understand what that was. When he was DL Loverboy, from my understanding, when he was DL Loverboy, he was exposing the phone calls of him talking to DL men and all of that. But let's entertain what y'all are trying to put out there. Let's say before he was the DL whisperer, he was a DL lover boy. He was fucking and doing all this stuff. He was enjoying going up the stairs to hide from the girlfriend and coming downstairs. You think I was born last night? If he did it yesterday and he gave the life up yesterday to tell us today, who gives a fuck? He know for a fact. You want me to be mad that he's now exposing a part of the life that he dealt with. He did it, and now he's talking about, hey, I was messing with DL men, and this is something that I noticed. Y'all want us to think that we can't listen to somebody who did the very thing and knows the signs? You want me to believe that because he was the DL lover boy yesterday, that he can't talk to us today? Because he was a DL lover boy yesterday. What are you saying when you say that? Because I'm not stupid. He saved lives today.
We still don't know how it hurt T women. Just saying. But
But
won't you
this,
just say what? Hold up. Lines of relief. Won't you just say what your problem is? What's up all the lines? Just say what your problem is.
I don't have a problem. Never said that I had a problem. What I'm saying is it do put trans women life in danger. And
So
it
it
Okay,
don't.
and we're trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. Explain this to me because I don't see it.
Just spit it out, lines, because other people want to talk. How is it putting their lives in danger? Because if they still messing with them, then I. Okay, she left. Yeah. Because if they still messing, if because I'm gonna let Miss Cat go. Because if they still messing with them, I'm gonna drag them too. Because I ain't the one. Because y'all not gonna keep gaslighting me, including the T women. I'm not gonna be gaslit no more. We gonna start talking about how these conditioning and socializing affects the way you think about stuff and how y'all think shit cute. And it's always being blamed on y'all want to say we all women, but conveniently black women who was assigned female at birth are the ones who are the most homophobic and the most T-phobic. We the most marginalized, and all of a sudden we carrying the load of these oppressive systems that whoop our motherfucking ass. Y'all think I'm stupid. I'm not stupid. Y'all be playing in our face and y'all can't answer no questions because y'all want to say inflammatory shit and try to throw somebody off. You can't throw me off. You can say we all homophobic. We all transphobic. We all misogynistic. And we done spent summers talking about the homophobia. So let's talk about misogyny. Let's have a seat and let's talk about this internalized misogyny that trans women have. Let's talk about this misogyny that the gays have. Let's talk about it. Y'all want to talk about everything but that. As soon as it start getting fucking hot, all of a sudden y'all want to bring up phobias, but y'all want to defend the men. The men are the problem. The men are unaliving you. It's the men doing the most harm. But as soon as we start saying something, y'all want to deflect the conversation to some phobias. Now y'all misogynistic. But go ahead, Miss Cat.
This is the thing. I don't understand why they don't think that we can chew the meat and spit the bones out. And what he don't understand is when he was up here, he was subtracting himself from that label of misogynistic. Even though whatever community you come from, baby, you still have it in you. Because the first thing you said was trans women, like cis women, do not get unalive by men who are on the DL. That is crazy to me. And y'all want to blame women for taking the tools that are applied to us and utilizing them to a certain things to keep us ourselves safe. It's wild to me. I just don't understand that. But again, you always want to blame black women and run to black women to parade with you, to save you, to protest for you. When they unalive you, we're gonna be the one out there lighting candles and some more shit. Let's talk about it. We all have it. You have it too, baby. Even though you dropped out of the panel, you have it. And last night was a complete shit show to me
I'll
because
sit
they
up
was trying
here.
to silence all the women when the women was sitting up here saying this is what's going on, that what was going on, and that G guy. Uh, I said he looked like the dude from I've Been Delivered. Yes, he does. He looked like he's part of the community. He can subtract himself away from it if he want to. But all of a sudden, you know everything in the DL community. First, when they asked you, you didn't know nothing. You was behooved. Now all of a sudden, you got all the inside information about what's going on. That's crazy to me. So this is the thing. It's a lady that had cancer. She was unalive from cancer, but she went into the hospital, and as soon as she heard her blood panels that she had HIV, she unalived the same day from her husband. Okay? So don't tell her this is not real to us, because this is real to us. So whatever skills, tools, tricks, bags, whatever that needs to be implemented for us to stay safe, I want them.
Yeah, go ahead, B. Go ahead, folks. I ain't seen in a while. What up, folks? Folks. Damn. Yes.
I
My
wanted to
fault, my
talk. I
fault.
wanted to touch on. Oh, never mind.
No, I had wanted to come through and whatever that person was saying, because I was seeing through the crap. Like basically, I don't know how you know you getting mad that somebody's coming out to tell some females that
Women.
women. Sorry, I apologize. Women that people are on the down low, and the question was is how is it hurting the women, and it's not. You feel me? It's helping the women because why would they want to be in relationships with someone that they really don't know? You know what I'm saying? If they bringing stuff back home, like nobody want to live with certain things with they whole life like that. That's health. You know what I'm saying? Problems. That's not just, like, oh, somebody just cheating on me. That's big. You feel me? Like we bypass that whole thing.
And it is deceit. But go ahead, East, and then Prince, and then we'll go open up.
I wanted to touch on the STD thing, especially because one of the things that I've heard that a lot of the gay men have been saying on these like talking points is that, oh, black women are showing their homophobia by saying that men in the community have HIV, and that's not so number one, a one thing that we do want to just touch on is, first of all, one, nobody up here is homophobic. We're allowed to have this conversation, and I don't think that it's fair that us as women are being silenced simply because we have to fight for everyone. We have to fight for the men, for the women, for the trans women. We have to be the shield for everyone, and we have to be the ones that's battered, broken, and bruised. And we can never talk about the pain that we're going through as women because it is. But also, too, the reason why we're bringing it up is because DL men do not view themselves as gay. They are more likely to not use protection. Gay men, most of them are already on things like PrEP. So they're actively going to the doctor to get tested. They're actively understanding that they're with a DL man who probably has secret sex in back alleyways and dark corners, so they know when to protect themselves. That woman that he's going home to, his wife or baby mama or girlfriend, does not know. She doesn't know that he's going to come home and bring her a load of STDs. So when we're talking about getting diagnosed with HIV from men, we're not saying that gay people have HIV. We're saying that because DL men do not view themselves as gay, they're less likely to use protection. They're more likely to have opportunistic sex, which usually means that they're not having it protected. They're actively going out there seeking it, but they're not protecting themselves. But gay men, most of y'all have y'all prescription for PrEP. Y'all already have those things ready and prepared. So allow us to talk about it. We're not saying that gay people have STDs. We're
We got
saying
some
that
GAY, probably. We
Oh,
might.
we're saying that the DL men are the ones that are bringing it home to us because they don't use protection. They don't take PrEP, and they don't use and they don't even think that of themselves as being get GAY. They're opportunistic. So that means that they could be walking down a dark alleyway and meet a random man that they have never met and have smecks with each other.
Yeah. And before you go, Prince, real quick, one of the guys who I've been following for a while, and I typically agree with his talking points. He was saying that women need to start getting on PrEP or getting on, it's this other thing called proxy, and I think that's funny. I think it's funny because y'all rather us do all these other things instead of addressing the point. Y'all want us to shut up. Y'all want us to be silenced because that's y'all misogyny. It come out y'all fucking pores. It proves it pushes back on what came first, the chicken or the egg, every time. Cause misogyny is gonna always show its ugly head. Cause why do we need to do all this stuff? Instead, y'all rather us shut the fuck up and just go get PrEP, even if we're married. Cause I don't think that if a person is supposed to be in a monogamous relationship, that they need to be stressing every fucking month. If I gotta stress every fucking month, that's weird. You don't know how my money is. You don't know what the health care is in my state. Like, what are y'all talking about? How we gonna be worrying about? Y'all want us to worry about all this stuff with a partner that's supposed to be monogamous? Y'all will do anything to protect Peen. Y'all will do anything, and I'm gonna tell y'all what make it scary for me. It's a lot of it ain't conscious. This shit is unconscious. It's deep in y'all motherfucking veins. That's why y'all can't answer my questions, cause y'all weren't prepared to answer this question. Y'all thought y'all was gonna say some shit and scare somebody. I ain't fucking scared. You is. Go ahead, Prince.
Hey Mia, thank you for letting me come up. But yeah, no, like to answer the prompt, it's like the men are mad with the DL Whisperer for I believe is for two reasons. One, because he's breaking quote unquote bro code and he's telling us all like another secret between men. And I'm noticing that like the more things that we learn about men and their true going ons, the more they act like children when you take away their favorite toy. They start throwing tantrums and they want to do whatever they can to keep that favorite toy from going back into the toy box or not being to play with it at all. And it's our fault for, being up to the game and being like, oh, this is how it really is. Okay, let me pivot. But they don't want us to pivot because they like to see us suffer. They truly don't like us.
And they do. You absolutely right. And that's a part of it. Like having women being tormented is a part of the arousal. And I think that is important because men, all of these men are connecting on beating down on women in some form, some shape, some fashion, right? Even if they are gay men, they are all being able to bond with each other by talking about women in some type of negative way. And that's why we saw yesterday that men of all sexualities were like sliding down the wall. So I had looked up some things like I was telling y'all. So we know they shifting blame and it's about protecting men. Because a lot of these men, including the GAYs, want our labor too. They want our emotional labor too. Even if it's not a romantic sense, a lot of these men want our labor and they want access to our bodies, right? So there's a cognitive dissonance going on, and like I said, it's misogyny. So when we hear these people having a conversation, because it's a lot of men, but it's also some women too. So people want to discuss they want to be able to discuss male queerness without confronting male dominance and gender policing. For one, they want to protect the DL men, but they also want to try to put men who are queer in like this protective state, and they don't want to address that men want to dominate. Men are wanting to dominate, right? And then of course we know because of misogyny, they're going to use black women specifically as a scapegoat. That's why you hear these conversations about black women being the most age-phobic, the most this, the most that. That's interesting. So society often blames black women for everything from poor parenting to failed relationships. So blaming them for down low culture slides in without much resistance, because when we have these conversations, they're blaming us for relationships not working. So if we are entertaining the DL whisperer and we don't want to deal with men because he's generalizing, because they're saying that the DL whisperer is saying that men who walk with a limp is GAY. A man who puts up the milk first before the cereal is GAY. And what they're really saying is that if we think all these men are GAY, we won't be in relationships with them. And we're needed to be in relationship with them because them being able to be in relationships with us allows them the space to still keep on this image of being a heterosexual man, but also being able to enjoy sexual liberation with the men. They are able to hide behind it. So it's saying like they maintain their heterosexual privilege, right? And they also have access to both worlds. So they get to have a queer experience and then they get the benefits of presenting straight. Now, this is what's important because they're trying to play this game like DL is closeted men, like men who are being private about their Smex life instead of what it's really about. DL is not just about secrecy. It's about those other two things. But being DL is about being keeping secrets and being deceitful. That's the main thing it's about. They want to deceive women. It's a power that goes with that. And it's a choice. They want us to believe that these men don't have a choice, like it's not safe, like they're scared. And they're scared because of us women. Men are not scared to come out because of women. They're scared because of other men, how other men may perceive them. It's not about us. And they choose to stay closeted because they do not want to face the consequences of a male dominant heterosexist society. That's what it's about. So y'all can chime in on some of that.
I wanted to also add in clock the hypocrisy, because we're also told that we are destroying, Black women are destroying the family values because we're the biggest supporters of the LGBTQ community, but then at the same time we're also the largest most homophobic. How does that make any sense? And I think that a reason why a lot of outward GAY boys and T girls are very upset with the DL Whisperer is because of the financial benefits that it affords the DL men and them. Because most men that are DL are very chaotic creatures because they're living a double lifestyle. So it's most likely that they're not able to afford to maintain a girlfriend and a boyfriend at the same time. This means that they're living in your house, they're eating up your food, you're taking care of them. As we don't like to admit, but a lot of Black women are taking care of our boyfriends and allowing them to live into our home, which means that they don't have to do anything. They can come and go as they please. And then the GAY
Um,
boy.
Then don't date trash
you,
men.
not
Hold
you,
on, Dapper.
East. Hold on,
Oh,
Dapper. I
and
want to
that
say
means,
something after East.
yeah.
Then Summer got to go too, and then Dapper can go because it's an order. Dapper, you can't. You gotta hold on.
I'm gonna just land and let Lynn go. I'm just saying that there is a financial benefit that T girls and out GA boys get when they're dealing with DL men, because they're most likely living with us, and we're most likely taking care of them.
Go ahead, Lynn. Then Summer.
I say this. It's actually a question to y'all. When we talk about women being the most, or I wouldn't say most, but Black women being age phobic, um would would y'all, is it safe to say that it's a generational thing? Like the generation of Black women that they're talking about is not our generation. It's the older generation of Black women who have a high amount of not only internalized misogyny, but like who are heavily internalized, who have heavy amounts of internalized misogyny and still
Very
thrive off of male
religious too, Meg.
validation.
Very religious too.
Yeah, like, do you think, like, is that safe to say? Like, I'm asking y'all because
No, no,
what?
no, it's not.
Why not?
Because they've been lying and shifting the blame on women since the beginning. Them old weird ladies in the church don't have no more power over being age phobic as the preacher who fucking the drummer or the fucking choir director. The power that those women be having is perpetuating what's already there, and the damage they do to those little girls who are also being abused in the church. The internalized misogyny is definitely there and dangerous, but the age phobia is the men. Like the men are the ones doing it, and I
So
don't
you
think
saying
that
that the
any more
women
than
just
them.
taking the men's lead and being age phobic?
No, I'm not saying they're taking the lead. I'm saying that they're conditioned the same way that everybody. I think everybody's conditioned, but I don't think it's any more. I don't think it's any worse now. I
No,
think it's
I'm not
bad
saying
now.
any more or any. I do. I think it's less. I think that our generation of Black women is less age phobic. We're not age phobic, but I think there's a generation of Black women who have internalized misogyny, and the more it seems like the more male validation you seek, the more H phobic slash T phobic you are.
Well, then, yeah, I mean, because I think when you put it like that, then yeah, as we start to learn and unpack things, things get better. But I do think that the way they say the how they we're let me put it like this: those women probably were 100% phobic in the sense of, like you just said, they want the validation. I'm gonna have to start over. Uh, cause I just got flagged. Summer, if you want to go real quick, well, I might need to just stop and
No,
y'all
start
can.
over. We'll come back.
No, go restart. Yeah.
Or I might just go to my backup page.
That's fine.
What do
We're
the
over.
flags
Yeah.
say?
Yeah,
Do
we'll
it
go
say
when
that
you
it?
go.
Harassment.
What?
You know they
So
gonna
anywhere
try
you have, so do it. What do it say
I
about the?
didn't.
Do it say it's going? Because it'll say like, oh, we're not gonna share or give views or
No, I didn't see. I didn't see because hit okay.
um. If you press the little button on the right of the page where the little house is, it'll
It's
tell
probably better
you.
you go to your backup though, just because.
All right.
Let me see. Uh,
I'll come up there on our backups just to be on the safe side.
I don't see where it say it though.
good idea.
Um, it say no violations have been detected during this live. Keep creating quality content.
Oh, and keep going.
Okay. So maybe it was like a warning. It must have been a
Yeah,
warning.
just use y'all use the words, the proper words.
Okay, so that's what it is. It's the words. Hold on. So, but to answer your question real quick, because I know someone want to go. What I'm saying is that I do agree. When you put it like that, I agree. We have moved past that. That's true. A lot of things worse. I think a lot of people have started to unpack that and be more accepting. But I think it's gonna shift again because us having this type of conversation and us starting to call out the misogyny, because we don't never talk about that because it's always a distraction, is going to revamp this idea that we're the most H phobic, is what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm saying it it's going to be thrown out there to be inflammatory because we're not, because no matter how you twist it, we ain't supposed to be running our fucking mouth. We're just women. And the minute we stop being a mammy is the minute that everybody gets mad with us. And if you just think about it historically in any type of situation, they get mad with us. And they that we are used as drapery and decoration and tools and mules because a man started this conversation. It's a man who is saying this stuff, and women are getting blamed. So that's how I feel about it. I don't know if that makes sense, Lynn, but to answer your question, but that's how I feel about your question. Go ahead, Lynn.
I can go. I just wanted to point that out, and I think that wait, real quick. Sorry, Summer. I'm gonna go quick too. I think that there's a difference between us calling them this out and what we're saying. Like as far as there being shit, I lost it. Go ahead, Summer. It'll
So
come back.
yeah, I think so. I wanted to say something about the STI part as well because when it comes to HIV and other AIDS rates, like black men have a higher rate than white T men, black women have a higher rate than white T women, and a lot of that is because our men do not get tested. And to East Point, yeah, when they also say when they are DL, they're definitely not going to get tested because they don't want to identify as that and they don't want to know. It's sad, but I do think if you don't have any liver issues or something and you are active out here, you should get on PrEP because the levels for black women are very high and it's really unnecessary because they're not, they're just not getting tested and they're not being safe. I wish that people could just be who they are and love who they love and do whatever because if they were really part of the rainbow community, the older community, at least, I know a lot of the young ones don't, but a lot of the older community who, like us, or some of us lived through the epidemic, the AIDS epidemic, they get tested regularly. You know, they are on PrEP. They know their status and their partner's status, you know? And a lot of our men,
I mean, be
you
careful
know,
about
they don't.
saying your word. Just
Oh, sorry, yeah, they're careful. Yeah, sorry, I'll be our men don't. So every time I mention, and I'm celibate now, it's been over a year, but every time I would say, okay, no, let's go get tested, it's a new person, they'd be shocked. And most of these dudes ain't never been tested, and they think they're okay because they woman is okay. Like that's not how it works. And the reason, though, for the prompt, why they're so mad is because, like we said on that Kinsey scale, 80% of these men know they not really hetero like that. They know they might, you know, get their meat taken care of on the side, whatever, and they really want to still have access to you. And it's really messed up.
I agree. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, if they were bi, that's fine. I'm not even saying it's messed up because they like men, because I'll date a bi man. But like, they not even that. They just lying to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Terry, did you want to say something before Dapper go?
No, I can wait.
Okay, go ahead, Dapper.
So first off, I think that we should dismantle the patriarchy completely, start from the ground up, exclude men from the conversation. I'm messing with you. Let's see. So, why are men's mad with DL whispers? What is that? I'm sorry, I've never heard of that.
Okay, I'm sorry. So what? So why would you come up on a prompt that you ain't never heard of?
Because I want to educate myself.
Drop him
Ladies,
back
be
down to the
nice. Just be
comments for
nice and
me.
explain it, ladies. Be nice.
No,
Don't
we
have
can't.
to.
We don't have to.
Look, and I said it nice. You don't have to get an
Hold on,
attitude. I said it
y'all.
nice.
Hold on, Jay. Hold
You know, you gotta
on.
talk to you girls like little
Hold
kids.
on, Jay. You just
That's
speak
good
to
to
me
respect,
with
bro.
respect and softly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay,
Dapper.
so be
Dapper.
respectful.
Hold on. I'm telling you to hold on. So how you asking me for respect and you ain't respecting me?
Because you're disrespectful
Hold.
first.
Can you? I did not do anything to you yet,
Of I
Dapper.
don't think you didn't do
Can
anything.
you be quiet? Dapper, if you will just Google it or go into Instagram and type in the DL Whisperer, you will find who the person is. It's that simple because I didn't know either. I had to look up on
So I was
Instagram
so I
or
was
on. Go
going
ahead.
because I can hear it in Jay voice that he want to get filled up. So Jay, you want to defend or talk to Dapper? Go ahead. You got it.
So this is a gay dude.
Ask, look, Jay sing that song that I learned in choir. Let's hear it for the boys.
Gay
Yeah,
Dapper.
boy,
Don't
a
use that
chin.
word or else we
So,
gotta drop you.
so let
And
Jay
Dapper,
talk
we
to
can't hear
Dapper.
you well.
I'm
We
sorry, he's
can't
an
hear you
A
well,
dude.
Dapper. Speaking to the mic.
What about now? What about now?
That's
Better?
better. That's better.
So he's an A dude? I don't know. I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Yeah, yeah, he is. He's
All
part of
right.
the community.
So, oh, okay. I got you. I can't say alphabet or nothing like that. The ABCs.
Whatever you want,
What
just
do
not
you
the
know about
word.
being DL, sir? What do you know about the
I don't know
DL
nothing.
community?
Oh, I don't know nothing about it. I'm trying to figure out what the.
That's what we talking about. We talking about the DL, sir. Are you one of
Oh, oh,
them?
oh hell no. No, 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 no. I don't play in
I
that.
need
No.
up, sir. We don't need to know. We don't need to know. We know you've been listening. Go ahead,
So
Jay.
so
Oh, my
what?
bad.
No, yeah. Before Jay go, because I wanted to say this too. Because I want to make sure it's clear that download culture is about control, not safety. Like not just safety. No, not safety. I'm gonna say not safety. Closeted men, I understand that could be a whole lot of things going on with that. I'm not gonna flatten that identity. But download culture is about control, right? Um, and a lot of times it's this assumption that it's simply about men feeling emotionally unsafe. That's a lie. That's a lie. A lot of times, like I said earlier, these men subscribe to hegemonic masculinity and they want to perform for other men. And having access to women helps them perform it. When any man who subscribes to hegemonic masculinity, no matter what your sexual orientation is, if you can present yourself as a masculine, regular man you are going to find yourself, or we will see that they will be performing for each other. They like I said earlier, they bond with each other by disrespecting women. Cause on one, you could figure out why they do it, but that's why they do it, right? So, but having access to women allows you to perform better. So you'll be like, what does that have to do with the men in the community, the G men? They do it too. A lot of the men in the community are friends with beautiful women, and that's a status symbol for them as well. Having access to beautiful women, baddies, doing their makeup, doing their hair, spending time with them, going on places with them, Saucy Santana, all those things. Those things allow them a certain type of status too, because men are always trying to have social capital, and men have privilege, and they are in the, and women are at the in the what Lynn always say, we're at the lowest, we're lower on the caste system. So if men are searching for social capital, even if they might have a hiccup over here with being attracted to other men, they can still perform in public this idea of being a man by having access to beautiful women, whether that's them being friends with them or them being able to run through women like it ain't no tomorrow. So
Or it's just femme presenting people too, because I don't know if y'all follow or if y'all seen those GAY men, Cardo and Jay, I think it's, I don't know what's that, Jalen and Cardo. And Jalen be cooking for Cardo, like that's his thing, and then hits him up and like snap his little nails, like Cardo, your food is ready, and Cardo comes sit down, and Jalen serving him a plate. And then, like, if his nails not done, he'll be like, "Where your nails at?" And then he'll be like, "Oh, I wanted to get them done today." And then he'll pull out like a stack of cash and give Jalen a stack of cash to get his nails done. So it's just, that's still hegemonic masculinity. It's just performed with two men. It's still the same thing. Cardo has status because Jalen is cooking for him. He's able to take care of him and like get his nails done and stuff like that. Like it's still being performed no matter what.
yeah, go ahead, Miss Kid.
We also have to remember that even though the lays are of the community, they're still a man, and they're gonna pick masculinity over everything. So they will throw you underneath the bus. That's a guarantee. In order to cosplay that idea of being a man's man for another man, they'll do it in a New York minute. So don't think that just because you have a lay friend that he won't throw you underneath the bus, because he will.
Let me ask you a question. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. And I could be wrong on
Look
this,
it
but
up
I,
first. Did you
I
look it
did.
up?
I did.
Okay.
But I do have a question, because it seems like, and maybe it's just me, but it seems like there has been a push, I'd say over the last like maybe 10, 15 years, no, about 10 years, to really push. I'm sorry, not to push, but to take men and their masculinity and diminish it.
What does
Listen.
it look like? What does
So
diminishing masculinity look like,
So as
Dapper?
an example, if I say, okay, you know what, I disagree with somebody, I disagree with a female, or
He not about to move the conversation along, sir. You gonna get on board with us, or you can go pop a cock like you want to.
bye,
But
bitch. Nobody wants
bye,
you.
Okay, bye.
bye.
Have a nice
Okay,
day.
Bye,
bye.
bitch.
Bye. Bye.
Bye,
Have
Bye,
a
bye,
nice
bitch.
bitch.
day.
Leave.
Bye.
Out.
See you later. You're still here. You're still
Let's see
here.
if he'll drop. Let's see if he'll drop.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye, bitch.
It's a terror sticker. How
I
you
told that
get a
nigga
terror
wanted to talk to
sticker?
you, know.
You still
Yeah, I got a
forever
sticker
sticker
now.
though. That is
I want a
stupid.
terror sticker.
Cause he is that was like he thought he did something, sir. But Jay,
He was listening though. He already knew what the conversation was about. That's the crazy part. Like, sir, you already knew. Like,
How they pretend.
their obsession with this conversation is very interesting, and I'm talking to all you niggas in the fucking hallway too. Y'all obsession with this conversation is fucking crazy.
It's weird
They're
how y'all
obsessed
pretend to
because
be nice.
they. Oh,
Yeah, and they pretend to be nice and respectful. And let me just ask you a question. And then you see how it turns so easily? This is why we know y'all don't like us. Y'all hate us. And we don't like you and we don't respect you. And you too,
Respectful don't
Trump.
even
Hate
exist.
you. Yeah.
Like, tell me a motherfucker like won't get mad enough. That shit don't even exist. That shit phony as hell.
it's like.
Go
Oh,
ahead. Go, y'all go ahead.
no, I was going to say that their reactions to this conversation is very telling. Like I think they're higher on that. Was it the Kinsley scale? I think I'm saying it wrong. But the scale that Tara had in her life, I think they're a lot higher on that scale than they're admitting to be because there's a lot of hit dogs hollering. It's like if only you just be honest with yourselves,
No, it's
just a
not just
little bit.
that. Linda just touched on it. Masculinity, the hegemonic masculinity, whatever. That shit not real. This not real, and that's why they get in their feelings about it because it's fragile because it doesn't actually exist. And it's interesting because we was talking the other day about how you can define what a man is by what a woman isn't. And that's why, like, we get the brunt of everything because men can't be put on a pedestal if women are not, like, punished for being femme presenting or whatever. Because, like, we just having a conversation about some shit. And here's the thing, like, if these men were as hegemonic as they claim, they would be fucking mad about the DL men too. That's the crazy part. Like, if y'all really was who y'all say y'all are, if y'all was the homophobic, hyper masculine motherfucker you claim you are, y'all would be pissed that your homeboy could have been a DL. But the reality is, like, y'all niggas like to play. Y'all like to play. That's what's going on.
Yeah, one thing I did observe is the men who, the menses who I know are in that 10%. They don't care a fuck lick about this whole conversation. They haven't jumped in it. They haven't put their thoughts in on it. They haven't done any of that. That's one thing that I did notice. So a lot of those 10% of men that fall on the Kinsey scale where they actually are 100% hetero, they haven't touched this type of conversation. They don't care because it doesn't pertain to them. And I feel like it's definitely very, very telling. It's given, a hit dog hollering. Even the guy that was here, him pretending like he didn't know what the conversation was about when he's been here since the start of the live is crazy. Even the man on the bottom of the panel, the J dude, one of the first things that he did when he came in here was to say that, listen to the grammar and the pronunciation of these women. These women are supposed, and they say black women are the most educated. This conversation obviously triggered him so bad that he's been absolutely nothing but hateful in his comments. And then when it wasn't enough, when he wasn't getting the response that he wanted, he jumped up on the panel. So I'm very interested into hearing what he has to say and what triggered him so much that he wanted to jump into this conversation of black women discussing, and not just black women, women discussing men that are non-heterosexual, but secretly, in relationships. So I wanted to hear. I really am interested in what he has to add to this.
He ain't been wanting to come off the mic when he thought he was gonna
Um,
take the table. Ain't nobody. Cause go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
you told me I was disrespectful, so I stayed off the mic.
No, I don't care about. This
Didn't you
ain't
say
respect the
that?
interview, but
Didn't
it
you
don't
say
matter.
that? You
It
told
don't
me to
matter.
be
No,
quiet,
say
didn't
what you
you?
want to say. We don't care about the
Okay,
respect of the
okay,
interview.
little lady, quit that bullshit.
Okay, little lady, go ahead.
Okay,
You want
I'm
us to
just here
care
to
about your
referee.
tantrum?
I think
We
it's
don't
hilarious.
care.
I'm just here to listen. I think this is beautiful conversation that women are having. I do stand by my comment that I think that our women need to get their grammar and pronunciation skills up. I will stickly stand by that
Oh, hold
comment.
on. Wait, hold on.
Anti-black.
Let me speak to that. Let me speak to that
Oh
because
no,
I hear
I'm
this.
I'm
No,
anti
let me
just
speak to
poor
that. Hold
pronunciation and
on, because
poor
I
grammar.
hear this all the time. What language we speaking? Go ahead, Jay. What language am I speaking? However you gotta weed through what the fuck I'm saying. What language is it? What can you gather when you get your brain cells together and as smart as you are, you got your books and your degrees. What language am I speaking? So I'm gonna just go ahead and respond like this.
What
Wait,
kind
hold
of
Since
on. I got
people?
hold on, Mia, because I know where you're going. Um, I have a question, Jay, for real. What do you think about patois? Do you think people who
Tu parles
speak
français ou
patois?
non? Tu parles
Do you
français?
think people? No,
Je ne parle.
no. Hablo español.
Ah, Dios
That's it.
mío. So you don't speak
Okay,
French, and
okay,
all you said is
okay,
all you do is speak Spanish, and you're
okay.
talking about
Yeah, I speak
patois.
Spanish.
So
I
where are we
speak
going
Spanish.
here?
I want to know, what do you
Oh
think
yeah,
about
he's a
patois?
sassy one.
What
Let's
do you
see.
think about patois?
Well, I
Do you
get
think
it. Women
patois
think
is,
that anyone with proper
hold
pronunciation.
on.
You didn't tell the girl who cut you
Jay,
off to hold on.
Jay, I was talking to her too. I'm asking you a direct question. Can you answer it? Do you
Answer
think
it.
patois, do you think patois is ignorant, and do you think patois, people who speak patois need to learn how to speak better English?
No, I don't think they need to learn
You
how to
don't
speak
think that
better
about
English.
patois? Okay, go ahead, Mia. I just wanted to
exactly.
know.
So since you don't think that about that, you want to try to critique me and the way I speak my black English tells me all I need to tells me all I need to
AAVE.
know. Tells me all I need to know. Because at the end of the day, we speak in English, but it ain't the Queen's English, bitch. It's not.
Yeah.
So when y'all get up here and you got your cock in your ass and you sitting up here uncomfortable moving the fucking around on my panel trying to talk cash money shit, you gonna have to know who you fucking talking to. Cause I say what the
Yes.
fuck I want. Cause nobody on this side of the pond is speaking the Queen's English. We speaking wherever geographical location you at. If you in Boston, you talking like motherfuckers in Boston. If you in Alabama, you talking like motherfuckers in Alabama. If you in Cali, you talking about motherfuckers in Cali. But y'all don't be correcting YT folks when they be talking that motherfucking skull talk. But y'all love to try to talk to black women about something. I'm intentionally talking how the fuck I want to, a comfortable dialect. And again, this proves my point. You rather talk about which dialect I choose to speak in than talk about this prompt. Cause you want my man cocking your mouth. Cause that's what turn you on. You want to be able to sit with my man and talk about me saying Pacific instead of specific. You want to sit around talking about fish with my man. And if I don't want to be with my man no more, and I say, fine, you can have this hoe. You don't like that because it takes the thrill out of it. See, the thrill is in a woman being involved, and y'all don't want to talk about that. So you think you gonna come up here and daze and confuse me? No, sir. Intelligence is motherfucking me. You can't fuck with me. Y'all need to fix that leak and stop fucking being in black women business. That's what y'all should be doing. Y'all leaky ass bitches. Y'all sick,
Yeah.
demented bitches. That's what y'all should be focused on.
Yeah, AAVE is a proper form of English, baby.
What's
That's
that?
recognized as, yes, it is. Just like patois. Patois is broken English. What are you
I
talking
just turned my
about?
volume back up. What was she saying?
Okay. Anyway, patois is broken
Patois.
English. It's prop whatever. I speak
Look, proper
Spanish
pronunciation,
in
ladies. It's important to
AAVE.
get far in life.
Okay.
Always crying about this
Okay.
It's
and that.
really
Black women
not.
just have proper pronunciation.
There's several. I know you
Let's
want
get
to
back to the
deflect.
topic. Hold up. We gonna let this nigga change the topic, yo.
I was just about to say, I
Volume is
know you
down.
want
Let
to
me know when she's
deflect
done.
off of what triggered you to come up here to stop us from speaking on black men that are DL. I know you want to
That's not
deflect
even
off
how
of.
you spell patois, George.
I
You
know you want to
dumbass.
deflect off of that topic. Again, no one corrects white people when they have an Appalachian mountain accent, a Midwest accent, a Southern dialect. No one does that. They choose to do it to black people. So what you're doing right now is
It's anti-black.
is extremely anti-black. It's something that white people do to try to question or diminish a black person's intellect when we say words like ask instead of acts. But if that's the game that you want to play, so you can pivot from what triggered you as a black man to come up here and try to distract us from speaking on down low black men in our community and the things that we need to do to stay away from them, that's what you want to do.
If Jamaican people can say you take me for an idiot, I can say and fuck on my face, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, stupid bitch. I'm speaking proper English. It's AAVE, African American Vernacular English. Kiss my ass, bitch.
He knows
Okay?
that. He knows that.
Yeah,
He knows
weird
that.
bitch.
So,
Funny
Because
looking
if
bitch.
we were here up here with Hispanic accents or Asian accents or Indian accents, he wouldn't have said a lick. He would have been like, "Oh my
Right.
gosh, you got yeah." It does.
We
It's
gotta
just because
respect. We have to respect them because they speak.
but that's
They're
why. That's
they're
why I'm like,
immigrants.
I
Shut
don't even
up,
want
you
to stay
boot
on it
licking
because
bitch.
he's
yeah,
purposely doing this. So
he doesn't want to talk about
he
what.
not
So
gonna
again, Jay, what brought you up to this panel?
answer the prompt, Jay, so we can go to Amber.
Purposely like
He's not gonna
saying
answer the
niggas
prompt.
are
All
annoying.
right, but then move on from them. Then move on from them.
All right, and go ahead, Amber. You can answer the prompt.
Um, why are the men's mad with the DL whisperer? Because I think that they call out their weird behavior. Because I assume he would know because he probably has a lot of DL men in his, DMs and stuff. So I think that is a good thing that he's calling all these DL men so we know as women what to look out for. And sometimes the fact of the matter is that actually starting to have a cult where they actually hate women. There's a whole cult, yo. It's getting serious out here, but yeah. So I don't think that there's a problem. And to answer the last part of the question, how is it the women's fault? Honestly speaking, the fault is not of the woman; it's of the man because if they have a issue struggling with their sexuality, that's not our fault, that's their fault. And that's something that they should look deep within inside because I don't see anything wrong with being gay. If you want to be gay, be gay. But don't come and jeopardize the life of a woman in, practicing your lifestyle. Don't come on, don't come here knowing that we want a straight man or we want to be with straight men and you're basically like coming over here to do what to humble us or something. I don't know, to be honest, but it's never the woman's fault. So
And sis, you sat up here and let me say you take me for an idiot, all wrong and shit, and you could have said it for me. Come on now. But I agree with what you're saying.
sorry,
When I was trying to use a Jamaican accent and say you take me for an idiot,
I'm
a
not
Caribbean,
Jamaican.
a
I'm not
Caribbean
Jamaican.
accent. Don't most Caribbean people say that?
No, no, we
No,
don't
that's
say
a
a
Jamaican thing.
dotage. You're trying to take me for a clown. I don't. Well, we don't say you're trying to take me for a clown, or you're trying to shove a mark up on my forehead or asshole mark up on my forehead type of thing. We don't really say you're taking me for an idiot. That is more Jamaican slang. But certain parts of the Caribbean, like Trinidad, on
You
Tobago,
from
because that's my.
Grenada? What is it, Grenada?
Nah, I'm from Trinidad.
Oh, Trinidad. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't hear my bad. I didn't hear.
It's
Shout out to
fine.
Trinidad.
Yeah.
I didn't hear
We
her.
don't
I was
Um,
say
going to
all
say that
that.
was beautiful. My God, that was a beautiful accent.
but I
Okay.
love I agree with what you're saying. They do have a code and the code is starting to I mean, hey, the code is starting to be more accepting of the DL man and I just don't know where we going with this. Like the men
Um,
go ahead.
my bad, Lynn. Okay. I wanted to draw a correlation. I think it's called pederasty. Essentially, in like places like ancient Greek and Rome or whatever, it was a tradition where the older men would be in sexual relationships, essentially great with the younger boys, right? Women were used for like means of having children, but like the older men essentially, it's a way to like groom them into patriarchy, right? And it's interesting because DL is one of those things. It's like for the men who participate in DL, it's everywhere. They got certain eye movements they do with each other. They got hand movements they do. They kind of point it out to each other. But for the women, it's like underground. And it's interesting because one of the conversations that these men don't want to talk about, they'll bring it up and we talk about like, essay or like rape from an adult to a child, whatever, is the amount of older men who are like being predators toward the younger boys. So I just think it's interesting because like they do see the act of smacks as like domination. Like they don't see it as this intimate moment to connect with a person. It's like literally like power hungry fucking trolls every fucking where. And then the older dudes are like doing shit to recruit the younger dudes and it just get passed down and passed down and passed down. And that's why a lot of these motherfuckers are so protective of it because this ain't no new shit. And it's not just the black community, it's the fucking society. Like, that's how they uphold the patriarchy. Like, get them hooked when they're young. Like, and the women are there, but the women are there to do the housework and procreation. But who you really connect with is that other man.
I was talking about earlier, Tara, when I brought up like um the the men being sentenced to like juvenile sentences at a young age and in adolescence, like essentially you going through puberty when you the most like active, you know what I'm saying? And
Mhm. And
lock
that's
up
actually a
with other
thing.
men. Go
So
ahead.
whatever. So this is how sexual deviance start, right? Because whatever freaky nasty shit you doing your when you like yeah, especially for males, whatever their sexual puke come in the beginning, they'll become like their fixation. Like a man who or like a young boy, you see his mother's underwear will get fixated on women underwear and that shit will last forever. So like yeah, there is a grooming aspect of it too. So like absolutely, but it's not just a juvenile facility. That's what I'm trying to say. Like what do you ever think happening when like we talking about the gangs or whatever and the dudes hanging out with each other? What y'all think happened at the house? Like these niggas is fucking nasty. Is this shit everywhere? I don't know. Just like but it's part of the system. That's why the reaction is so. Look how triggered these niggas are. Like nobody, I don't hear none of them men like y'all motherfuckers undercover. Not like all the homophobia from the men out the window when it come to DL. Like we gotta protect the men. Like that shit is fucking crazy.
And that comes up too because it was first of all men feel obligated to women's emotional labor, and I agree with everything y'all said. But in some of what I read, it was talking about misogyny is seen as more tolerable than queerness being threatened. So everybody is okay with misogyny. So when you start talking about the queerness, even if it's in the way of the form of DL, they are when they put it in that form, they're going to defend it because it's like they can hide it behind. First of all, you're exposing the secret because there's so many men who are participating in it. But the other part of it is they can do what they're doing now, which is hide behind this idea that is H phobia, and that can't be tolerated. But misogyny can be. Go ahead. Oh, my bad.
It's okay. So I was telling y'all how I basically had like my own little DL whisperer in my life since a long time. And one of some of the things that this is why like I'm gonna stick beside the DL whisperer because yes, some of the things were kind of ridiculous, like the golds and the veneers, but there were certain subjects that he touched on and that I have wrote down because I want to do a live about it, but y'all know how I am. I'm not going to do the live. I'm going to just talk about it and never do it. So I wanted to say there's some things that I wanted to touch on that really stuck out to me. One is always going to be hypersexual. So that's going to be dudes that are like addicted to corn and have had multiple that are actively like active with multiple partners. And also, of course, it's going to be misogyny, but it's going to be always in combination with misogyny and sexism. And misogyny is the hatred is usually the hatred of women, but sexism is the most important. When men have a way of talking about a woman where her genitalia is talked about like it's something icky, that is a big flag. That's why I always say that Saw is DL, because the way he talks about a woman's genitalia, it's almost as if it's like a icky, nasty thing. So it's not only just the misogyny, it's the sexism as well. It's the genitalia that they talk about. You know, they usually talk about a woman's body. It's like, you're fat, you're black, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're skinny. Like, a woman's body is something nasty to them. The another sign that I found was, of course, that we all know that they're smexism. Oh, thank you, Prince. Um, uh, they're homosocial. That's always going to be like numero uno red flag. Another one that I saw was, they're going to be right or conservative leaning. So there's going to be like religious or family values, or even like racist. That's one thing that I noticed more. That's more for white teen men though. It's like some type of weird insecurity when it comes to white teen men. You'll see that they are really obsessed with black men, and their genitalia, overtly homophobic. So most men are homophobic, but when a man feels like they can't even be in the same room as a GAY man, that is a red flag. That's something that he told me. Obsessed with dating younger women. So women that are not like really like developed, that are like really small developed, it has like a boy-esque type shape, like a boyish type figure. But then also too for a lot of DL men in our community, they're going to be obsessed with a woman's derriere that is really, really, really big. So that's actually a thing. And then the number one say that Alex said, ooh, the number one thing that he said was, an aversion to smex that only pleases the woman. So going down on a woman, if he never, ever, 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 ever wants to go down, that's a big, big sign that he doesn't enjoy those particular like areas. And also like, doing the digits, playing the DJ. That's a thing that he doesn't want to do before like foreplay or whatever. That's a big sign. So not wanting to go down on you and not wanting to do the DJ disc jockey, that's a sign. And that's all I want to say.
And the funny thing about when you said about like the extremely like don't even want to be around them, we've been having that conversation though. So this idea that the DL whisper is telling us is like we are so just like confused. We've been having a conversation about men who act like they scared to be around the community, because a lot of women who would talk about this are women who have like a lot of GA best friends. So there's been a conversation. But even with what you were saying, East, the thing that's interesting to me is I agree with all what you said, but this the funny part. It's not just that though. There are some men who just freaky as a motherfucker. They do some freaky stuff like the cues. They like if there's a DL man in the queue, he gonna do all that. He gonna go down. He gonna lick you from the rooter to the tooth. He gonna lick you from the rooter to the tutor, but he still is fucking his homeboys. So it's like that's the point that I think I'm trying to make, is that what East is saying is true, and also what I'm saying is true. It's so many, because the bigger thing that we need to focus on. Hold on, chicken. The bigger thing we need to focus on, and let me skip to that real quick. I- Let me skip to that real quick. Where is it at? So I had looked up this. I looked it up. I was like, what could it be? Like if it was something. So it's the behavior, and then it has DL, homosocial or misogynistic, hiding sexual attraction to men. That's gonna be DL, right? They got a check by DL and two X's by the other two. Emotionally intimate with men, but not romantic. It put a question mark with DL, but it checked off homosocial and misogynistic. Uses women for image, smecks, or access. All three were checked off. It could be down low, homosocial, or just misogynistic. Avoids emotional vulnerability. Excuse me. Avoid emotional vulnerability with women. All three was checked. Values men opinions above women. All three were checked. Will harm or betray women to protect male bonds. All three were checked. In other words, whether it's DL or homosocial, it's dangerous to women. It's dangerous to women. That's what we're gonna boil it down to. So if you don't want to get caught up in the respectability politics of talking about this because you're gonna get accused of being age phobic, then rest assured, just say that they're homosocial. And that is in itself just as dangerous, just as harmful. Because one thing both of them are going to do, what's involved with DL men and men with homosocial behaviors is that they're gonna harm women because they're gonna be cheating, it's gonna be deceit, and it's gonna be abuse. And that's the problem. So y'all can go ahead. I don't know. I thought you had unmuted.
Gonna say I forgot about the violence. You forgot. You
Oh
remind me
yeah, the
about
violence.
the
Yeah.
violence. Yeah.
Chicken, go ahead. You got up here.
Uh, I would say that I just find it kind of funny how this this whole like deal whisper and this thing just popped up out of nowhere. Like it got to be something with the CIA. It got to be, bro. It's got to be. But for the men that's mad, I mean, I don't really know why, but I think he's like the deal whisper is kind of feeding in the woman delusions at times to make himself, a little bit more powerful. Some women like they may get rejected or they're the guy they're messing with, you know, may just not like them.
Let me
So
ask you
he
this.
might assume that he's DL and DL
So let me ask you
whispers.
this, chicken, because that's a good point.
Yeah.
Somebody said that yesterday. Somebody was saying that, and I was shocked because I'm like, y'all quick with it. So the DL man is talking to women who might have got rejected by a man. So because he rejected her, she accusing him of being DL. How does that hurt him?
Like if he's not DL, then she assumes she is or thinks he is. I mean,
What's she gonna do?
I guess try to expose him.
So she gonna tell people that he DL,
Yeah, probably.
and then
It'll
what's
make
gonna happen then?
it'll just ruin his reputation.
His reputation.
Yeah.
So because she got rejected and she accused him of being DL, it ruins his reputation. But how do you know that for sure?
What, his reputation is ruined?
Yeah. How do you know his reputation will be ruined?
Because I've seen people get DL allegations. Like I'm in college, right? I've seen this happen, and bro, once you get those allegations, there is no going back.
But
Like
what does it prevent? What does those allegations prevent? Because if
from
it's
you
so
getting a girl.
people think so women. So are you saying women gonna think they DL? Like what's happening? Is it women causing problems if you're DL or men? Like what? Like get specific.
What I've seen personally, I mean, I've seen accuse somebody up here, like at my college or whatever, and a lot of people like around campus, like men, like his friends or whatever, they really just start messing with him and kind of just making fun of him, kind of bullying him a little bit. And then I guess for the women, they was calling him, GAY, and that probably, messed up his chance of getting a girl if he
Okay,
actually wasn't
so
DL.
that's what we at. So it messes up his chance to get with the girl.
Like a
men
different
are
girl.
not men are not obligated to have access to women. So if that's the worst thing that happens is that women don't want to deal with him because he DL, that is not harming him. Women not wanting to mess with a man does not harm him.
Say something to
Yeah,
him.
yeah, and then Prince had a question.
So, Chicken, you said that if a woman accuses him of being DL, it might harm his reputation. Women have accused men of grape, and nothing has happened to them. So, because
Oh,
we say
what the
that a man
man?
is gay, y'all gonna all of a sudden start believing us now?
Wait, you saying the woman accused of the dude of rape and nothing happened to the man or the woman?
You heard what I said the first time. Let's
I'm
go
saying
ahead and
I
keep it
know, but I'm
rolling.
saying like
You heard what I said.
He
Men have
did.
been accused of being men have been accused of being great. Men have been accused of being rapists by multiple women, and his homeboys don't stop messing with him. So he still can get a girlfriend because some women don't care. So now all of a sudden, we're supposed to be able to have that much power to harm another man's reputation by accusing him of being DL. That even his homeboys and girls aren't gonna like him.
ain't gonna lie, me personally, I never seen that happen. If somebody got accused of being a rapist,
But
like
hold on,
in
we don't want to. Okay, because you ain't never seen it. So go ahead, Prince. But I do want to say this. While Prince meeting, it's always been about men's image, even if it harms women. So to what Issa's saying, yeah, men are gonna always they gonna use the same talking points. They gonna switch out the words. Men for the longest was saying that the Me Too movement was a problem because it was messing with men's reputation. And now they're saying the DL whisperer talking about DL men is messing up men's reputation. And men and the women who support it are more concerned with their image and how men are perceived than what's going on with women. And that's telling. But go ahead, Prince. I know you had a question.
Yeah, no, I'd like my question is to this is like why is it every time there's a situation where black men need to be held accountable that they're always blaming the FBI or CIA? The CIA hasn't had that much sway over the black community that you guys think since the 60s and 70s, so why can't y'all just take accountability
All
for
right,
the
Lynn, be
fact that
safe.
y'all mad? Oh, yeah, bye then. That y'all are just mad because your secrets are being outed. Why
nah,
is it
the
always the
CIA,
CIA?
the CIA that's just a little inside joke we all have in the black community.
Yeah,
Not
it's getting
bad.
old though.
I
It's
ain't,
getting
I
old.
ain't,
It
I
just
ain't in on
started. The
that.
trend
I
literally
ain't in
just
on that
started like
stuff.
2 weeks ago.
Nah, y'all say the CIA is the bane of your existence for everything since the 70s and 60s. Y'all gotta take some accountability.
I don't know about that, but
If
I
y'all
haven't been
DL,
around since
then
the
be
70s.
in your truth, man. It's 2025. Let's stop blaming outside sources for your deviancies.
Also, when y'all
Yeah,
sit up here and say things like this got to be the CIA or the FBI, you're actively trying to insinuate that we're doing the work of white supremacy and the American government. So that's actually, I'd rather you get up here and say y'all a bunch of lying bitches than say that this is the work of the FBI, because that's crazy.
I mean, they are kind of
But
like
hold on, no,
putting
and
down black men.
hold on, and this is another thing. Again, it's about the protect. Why is it such a need to protect men's image? Why is that what's more important? Like that is always the go-to thing, like protecting the image. Because even if you saying that it will damage your image, that is not harming you.
I mean, when you
Because
want
you're
to
not
protect
saying
your
it's
image,
damaging your image. You're not saying it's damaging your image where you can't get a job, you can't get into you can't get the house that you want, you can't get the medical assistance you want. You're not saying that. You're saying that it's harming your chance to get access to women. Not a woman that you want, not a woman that you love. It's not kicking you out your family. It's stopping you from having access to women. That's what y'all are heard about.
yeah, I mean, it's really a pride thing, you know. All men have a pride. It's just natural. It's just natural biology for them to have a
So
pride.
y'all
And
have pride for this, but no pride in not paying child support or taking care of your families or getting a job. But y'all have pride about your smecks.
I'll have pride for
I mean, they
everything
don't
that
have
you
they
do
didn't
to
have
keep keeping
jobs
women
back in the
safe
day. Like,
and keeping your health safe. This is I'm still gonna say this. Like I said earlier when Lines was up here. If a person is a part of a community, they're gonna pick maleness over everything.
what do you
They gonna
mean?
always do. They're gonna pick maleness over everything. And that's for real.
Yeah,
That's the
that's why I
code of
brought
man.
up.
Like, what you mean?
Yeah. So hold up, cause like, man is God to men. Like y'all worship men. Like y'all love y'all fucking y'all ain't that nigga. Y'all want to be it so bad though. Y'all just love it so fucking much, nigga. You ain't never gonna be that nigga. Neither one of y'all bitches up here. So like you try to put on the pedestal you want, but it's unattainable for you, bitch. You're not gonna get it. And it's very interesting because y'all don't give a fuck about these conversations. Y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all just want to make sure men stay on the pedestal because you worship that nigga. That shit is fucking crazy.
You saying that men like worship like what type of dude?
No,
Like
sir, you, not men, you, nigga.
me?
I'm talking to you. Yes, you.
Who do I worship?
You
You just
know,
said men in college was getting told or outed that he was lay, right? And that it was ruining his reputation, not his health, not his money, not his family, not unaliving him by the rumor. Just his presentation alone, his notoriety on the campus alone. You don't think that's an issue?
I'm not a part of the problem. I did like
you are part
You
of the
are a part of
I
the
never
problem. You
came
problem.
up
are
to the
this is
dude
the
and told
thing.
him
You
oh,
are
this
the
and that.
fucking problem.
I'm just
All
telling
y'all
him
niggas, hold up. All y'all niggas the fucking problem. And that's why I don't like even asking y'all questions is bullshit. Cause y'all just full of gaslighting and bullshit. Like, yes, you. All y'all niggas are the fucking problem. Cause y'all fucking scared and y'all some fucking bitches. Y'all can't speak up about nothing. So yes, sir, you the fucking problem.
so I'm the problem that his reputation
Yeah,
got ruined.
yeah, yeah, nigga. Whatever you about to say, yeah.
Because the girl the one who
But
brought up
ain't
the
he your friend?
allegations.
So why you didn't stand on business and say that man don't y'all don't know nothing about this man's sexual orientation? Stop doing that.
I did.
Why you didn't
Somebody
stand
asked
on
me.
business?
I did. Somebody asked me, "Hey, bro, you think you gay?" I was like, "Bro, I don't know what to do like that. Like, what they got to do with me?"
Y'all
Wait a
niggas
minute,
is
wait. So if you don't know him like that, then how you know that it was his reputation that got ruined? Like, if he was DL and you don't even know him like that, how you know the girl wasn't telling the truth?
I don't know if the girl was telling the truth or not, that he's DL or not.
So
That's why I
you
said
felt so okay. So you got up here and told a story about something that may be true.
about him being DL or not.
Yes.
Obviously, I don't know if he's DL or not. Like what? That's the same way with the DL
So why
whisperer
did you get up here and tell a story about a man that may not be DL, but you don't even know him like that to even know if he was DL in the first
because
place?
his reputation got ruined. That was my point.
so East, here it is right
Apologize.
here. East, here it is right here. The most dangerous people to the DL community or to the gay community is straight men. There it is. Because why would you start a rumor that you know that is not true and shut it down?
A woman started the rumor.
But y'all egg it on. Y'all keep it going on.
And
You niggas, you
not
niggas
only
are
that, if it was a woman, like he said, like I said earlier, men have been accused of being rapists, and y'all still support him. So simply because it came out of a woman's mouth, it must not be true. Had it come out of another man's mouth, then that's the reason why y'all don't fucking like the DL whisperer. That's why, because it's coming out of a man's mouth, so it must be true. Because you just sat up here and said that it was a woman started that rumor. A woman. You put an emphasis on it being a woman,
No,
meaning
because
that
she
it
brought up.
was you put an emphasis on it being a woman starting that rumor, therefore it must not be true.
The only reason I brought up that it was a woman because the girl, Miss Mac, she literally just said that straight men were the problem with the DL
No,
and gay
but you're the
community.
one that told the story in the first place, brother.
I never mentioned who started it until she
Yes, you
said something.
did.
Yes, you
Yes, you
did.
did. You just said it was a girl on campus that said a guy that you knew was DL and it ruined
I
his
did not start off
reputation.
with that though.
yes,
Yeah,
Yes,
yes,
you
you
did. Yes, you
did.
did.
Okay,
yes, you did.
If you're gonna say something, at least have the balls to stand by it.
okay.
And y'all can't even do that.
And
And
that's why
see,
they don't like the DL whisperer, y'all, because it's coming out of a man's mouth. The fact that it's coming out of a man's mouth means that it must be true. Because if it was coming out of a woman's mouth, she would have been bitter, angry, and rejected. Nobody picked her. Her boyfriend broke up with her, blah, 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 blah. But the fact that it's coming out of a man's mouth that had these types of experiences, this is why they're so scared.
So I think Miss Max said something about like it's the boys club, or somebody said it's like them being out the boys club, but you just ate with that because The light bulb just went off. That's what it is. And that's also why they are not focusing on him. That's why they focusing on women. So now the narrative is women are either so gullible and so age phobic and so stupid and so pea brained, or they're so insufferable, they're so ugly, they're not desirable and they got rejected. That's why the conversation is shifting
But
to
Amia, just think about when a woman gets great. They don't believe her, but soon as a man get great, they roll the carpet out for them. They go take pictures. They go track them down. They find they assailant in 24 hours. They do it all the time.
they love the men, baby. They love the men. Go
Uh,
ahead. Go hold on, cause the shift just came up here, chicken. Go ahead, the shift. I want to make sure you're not a robot. Come on, you could do it. Hey, coconut. Hey, fluffy.
That's a robot.
was on mute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on one second. Let me speak to these folks I ain't spoke to. Let me see. I spoke to everybody. This one came. Okay, I think I put it right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, shift. All right.
All right. So, just I want to just say good afternoon to everybody and to the community. I just want to let you guys know that I'm a very respectful person, and I am 47 years old. I'm from Gen X. I have lived through a lot of the homophobia. Specifically, the only homophobia I've ever dealt with is from my own community. It's been across the board. It doesn't matter if it's black women. It doesn't matter if it's black men. It's usually most black men. And what we're telling you guys is that the DL Whisper chose to mess with DL men. DL men are raggedy. They're the lowest of the lowest. Most of you will never even consider them because they're just out sleeping from home to home. They're needing meals, they're needing clothes. And these young gay boys and young trans women think it's cute because these masculine gay boys are approaching them. And a lot of times they're being used just like they're coming over to the side and using women. So a lot of the DL men are the dusties that y'all don't want. Just like y'all don't want them, we don't want them. We're not protecting them. We're telling you that the guy who chose to lay down with them is just as despicable as the ones that he laid up with. And now he's circling back around to say that all these men are on the DL. And now what that's doing, it's putting all of our communities in harm's way. I don't even look at black men when I
That's why I
walk in
want
the
to. That's
house.
hold on.
Wait, wait, wait.
Hold up.
Hold
Hold
on.
up. No, no.
No, no.
How?
I
Y'all
want to
keep
know. We
saying
want
that
to
shit.
know. We
How
want
is
to
it?
That's
Cause
that.
y'all. Hold
I'm,
up,
I, I'm
sir.
telling you, if you let me finish, that's where I'm going. I don't even look at black men when I walk out my house because I already know that they're gonna think I want them, right? Half of them are not even my type, right? So what you guys are doing is you're
So
reinforcing their.
why? Hold up. You talking about you? We don't care what you like or not, sir. How is it harmful?
That's
Because
what I'm
you're low
telling
key
you
saying,
is
hold
that
up. Cause
they're
you
they're
hold up. You need
projecting.
direction.
They're
You need
no,
direction.
darling, I don't need
Because you're
projection.
saying that we because so we the homophobic women. We got it. Yes, sir, you said it. We heard it loud and clear. So how the fuck are we by
You're
saying
not
you know
letting me
what? That's
finish.
fucking right. How the fuck are
If you
we,
let me
sir,
finish, I
sir,
will answer your
sir?
question.
Because my
You want
question
to
is
cut me
why
off.
you hold up, why you sucking dick in the back alley and you fucking speak up?
Darling, I don't
What the
suck
fuck
dick
is
in
you
the back
talking about?
alley. You see, this is what we're
No, no,
talking
no, cause
about.
fuck
You guys
you.
are
No, 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 fuck
projecting.
you. You want to
And
come up here? Uh-uh.
you
Because
see,
I'm like, hold up,
this
no,
is what we're
because
talking about.
no. Because
You're
misogyny,
cussing out
you're
someone
fucking
who's been a
crazy.
valuable
You
ally
fucking
to black
crazy.
women.
You want it? So with you, we
I've
don't
been
give a fuck.
I have been in rooms taking up for black women in
Hey,
strip
but you're
clubs
not right
where
now.
they chose
But you aren't
Latino
right
women
now.
over y'all.
But look how
Yeah,
right now you're
I
not.
will
The fuck?
always be
You
a
don't get
black.
a credit.
You,
You don't
you
get
see what
fucking
I mean?
credit.
This is what we're talking about.
So then the
This is what we're
shift.
talking
So
about.
shift. Hold
This is what
on.
we're talking about.
Hold
So
on.
back to your
So
question
then
on
to the
how it's putting
question.
all of our communities in harm's way. One of the ways it's putting our communities in harm's way is because when we walk out of our house, we half of us don't even pay attention to them motherfuckers. But they're so caught up in their homophobic and their image, as you guys were speaking before, that you can't even drive by a motherfucker without them pulling out or showing them your gun. And mind you, we don't even be looking at them.
No, you
Not
can't say
even
Her,
that.
think
you gotta
about it.
use
Shiv, hold
TikTok
on,
friendly
calm
language. You gotta stop
down.
that.
And get to the look, Shiv. Get to come on now. Get to the point. How is it harming the
It's
whole
harm. It's
community?
harming because they're projecting, because they're trying to protect their image. You can't even walk past them without them thinking that someone is spooking them or someone.
Okay, so you not answering the question, and y'all think we stupid. Even if the DL Whisperer was just laid up with these men yesterday, paying their bills, take them on flights, throwing their legs up, throwing their legs back, if the information he giving us today will give women a understanding that the T women have and that the G men have, then we in fucking good company then. Cause we been in the blind and y'all been running around twerking y'all fucking asses though. And now y'all old and tired, or now y'all used up and tired, and y'all want to talk about he used up, y'all used up, and y'all don't want us to fucking know. We want to fucking know because you want us to not talk about it to protect y'all from being harmed by the men while we get harmed by the men. It's the men. Y'all think we stupid. That's what's blowing my mind. Y'all think we really stupid. We not stupid. And y'all keep on trying to be using this inflammatory language like, oh, like y'all are H-phobic. No, y'all motherfuckers are misogynistic and y'all get around gagging and teaching about how stupid we are when y'all know, whether it's you, your friend, your uncle, your when somebody at your family, wherever it's at, y'all know that men been fucking these men and nobody tells women because y'all laugh about it. Y'all think we fish and stupid. Y'all misogynistic and you are too. At 47, you talking about you lived through homophobia. Have you lived past your misogyny? Have you stepped out of that motherfucker? Because I don't think you have. Y'all be misogynistic as a motherfucker and it shows. Y'all up here talking to some women like y'all talking at us, like y'all putting us on game by telling us, oh, the DL Whisper, he's tricking y'all. No, bitch, you tricking me. You tricking me right now. On page motherfucking 47, it talks about the collective gaslighting men do. The collective gaslighting humans assigned male at birth be doing. Y'all mad that we starting to go through these motherfucking notes. I'm starting to pull out the motherfucking book. I'm about to start reading.
What kind of book you got?
If you cared about black women so much and you said that you was our ally, why aren't you putting us up on game about these DL men that unalive us and you?
Man, why don't you go to the fucking men? Y'all keep want to come to us. Man, fuck, like, I swear, y'all, you two, fucking shit, y'all a bunch of bitches, I swear. Like, if that's the fucking case, because none of y'all can answer the damn question, how the fuck is it, we being homophobic, but we been fucking harm coming to women, and y'all don't give a fuck about that shit. You can give a two shits. Y'all sitting there and laugh and you entertain and you want to sneak around and fuck with these dudes and you think you getting up one up on women talking about you don't want to fuck with men because you been fucked over. Then join the fucking conversation, nigga. The fuck is wrong with you? And I don't like this bullshit talking about you protecting women. Nigga, all right, you clock in for the day, nigga. Clock in for the day because you ain't doing it today. Right now you side with the same bitches who you fucking saying you mad at.
And let me read this. Cause let's clock this. So it isn't just about being down low. It's about preserving male access to women under false pretenses, whether for smack, status, or control. This is the thing that they're trying to play with us. They're saying that, we're delusional and we're overreacting, but our intuition has always been there. But they playing this sick game. It's like a pull and push thing. It's a weird thing they doing. So let's talk about women's intuition. Our women are our intuition being resisted, and that's the problem. That's what's making motherfuckers mad. Women's intuition has always been a threat. When women say, I just know something is off, they're dismissed, mocked, and called crazy. Because deep down people know they're right. That's why you hear when these men come up here, what are they doing? What they doing? You're dumb for falling for it. You're paranoid for suspecting it. He's not trying to help you, so don't listen. But our intuition is right. We knew the whole time our man was GAY, but we were so stupid and desperate we stayed with him. But on the flip side, we wasn't right. Then y'all talk about all before we like we don't know it, but any of us who ever dealt with the man, we dealt with the man that's bi. Okay, so then it's not delusional. We not losing our mind. These motherfuckers is DL then. So let's go back. All right, so they know we right. So instead of them empowering us, they try to say that we are delusional and we are overreacting because we're unwanted, blah, blah, blah. This is why they created this system to confuse women and make them question themselves. That is the main thing that happens. And let's correlate this real quick. The same conversation is happening. Saying all men ain't DL, we just pick DL men, is no different from when men say all men ain't bad, we just pick bad men. So y'all want to confuse us. Y'all want to tell us we stupid and we desperate. We fall for anything. We listen to anything. All these men they get us. We don't know how to finesse the men. We don't know how to get the man. We so H phobic. We end up getting with a man that's DL. And then y'all tell us all this shit. Then when we say, well, hold on, we gonna pull back from the table. Obviously, our picker is off. So we can't pick a good man and we can't pick a man that ain't DL. So we're going to take a step back. No, now you're overreacting. What's going to happen? Why are y'all doing that? Y'all are crazy. Y'all tripping. Y'all losing y'all mind. Y'all can't make y'all mind up. You know why y'all can't
Look at
make y'all
my
mind up? Because y'all
profile.
playing
You
with
can
us.
see everything that you're saying is complete opposite of my profile from many, many moons ago. You'll see all the advocacy I've done for Black women.
No, but
And
am
as a
I
matter of fact,
lying?
I've
Okay, but
also
I'm not
used to
talking
work
about
in
you.
fashion and
I'm not
advocated
talking
for
about
Black
you.
women.
Talking over
I'm
her.
not talking about
Because she
you.
muted me.
If I'm not talking about
Host.
you, am I lying though? Fuck if I'm talking about you. Am I lying about the other ones? If I'm not talking about you, fair. Thank you for the gowns, beautiful gowns. Beautiful, beautiful gowns. But if I'm not talking about you, am I lying about what I'm saying though?
And you're not lying. It's just there's a lot of misinformation in what a lot is going around, and we're trying to give the correct information
Well,
so
give
that
it.
y'all, so that women won't end up in the what you're trying to avoid, right?
Well, why
And
you ain't
so
been giving us this information? You said that
because
you've been
I don't
advocating.
deal with it, I'm
Wait,
not a messy person like
if
that.
you've been
Yeah.
advocating for
Whoa.
Black women for so
Whoa.
long, why you ain't been giving us this
Hold on, East.
information?
Because
Don't
I don't mess
hold
with
on, East.
DL
Don't
men.
bypass that. Hold on, East. Don't bypass that. Come on, y'all. Let's not bypass that.
Nah, I
Cause
heard
y'all
that
think we
too. What do
fucking
you
stupid.
mean? What do
You
you
said
mean
you
you're
ain't
not
being
messy?
messy. You ain't being messy. You think telling women that these motherfuckers is sick and demented is messy? Y'all hoes be tripping.
Just prove the point.
Y'all hoes think we stupid. All y'all messy bottoms. Fuck it. Y'all don't want to be messy now. Cause the real kiki happened when y'all at the fucking ballroom and laughing at our asses. Y'all about to hey, I'ma step away. Cause they about to piss me the fuck off. These motherfuckers talking about they ain't messy. Man, Tara, y'all.
DL Whisper is a messy queen that messed with
No, you're
DL
a messy
men.
queen.
Nah,
You missing
you
the point.
messy. You messy
You the
as
messy
fuck.
queen because you hold up. You've been with DL men too, sir.
How do you? Y'all are ridiculous.
No, you've been
Y'all
with them
are
niggas too. All right,
ridiculous.
all
Don't
I
right.
don't
gaslight
need
us
to
now.
be with DL men. I
Don't
have
gaslight
men
us
that
now.
proudly stand with me.
You Dolph protest too much.
Now,
You
now,
protest
now,
way too
I'm,
much.
I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be the logical one, Shift. Okay, I'm gonna need you to take your optics down just a little bit, okay? But you got to understand where we are as Black women.
And I
You say
totally
you've been,
do.
Okay, so you said that you've been an advocate, but the thing is, we don't necessarily need you to be the advocate. We need you to tell us what it is and what it ain't.
Well, can I explain to you? These are not the conversations I actually have. I actually have nuanced conversations about elevation and higher vibrations. I don't entertain a lot of
How
gay
is
community
anything that you're saying is high vibrational?
because
Explain
this
that.
this is this is a very low vibrational conversation because the
How is
DL
this
West is
low
very low
Hold on, hold
vibrational.
on,
vibrational?
hold on.
How is
Hold
this
up,
low
hold up, hold up,
vibration?
Prince. Hold up, Prince.
It's
Hold up,
low
hold up. Tell
vibrational,
us
but
how, sir. Tell us how the DL whisper is messy, sir. We listening.
the DL Whisperer is messy because he's the type of queens that go messing and looking for these DL boys. He's the one that doesn't have the standards. He's the one that then went and got these trying to make up things, and now he needs a platform for his messiness. And the platform that he needs to profit off of his messiness is just accusing men, and particularly black men, of anything that they do is home and of home. Now, this is somebody who has been picked on by black men all my life, and I'm telling you this. I've been picked on by black men since I was in school. But going back on topic, like you need listen to the gay boys. Like the DL Whisper is a messy queen. He's one of the messy queens in the community. I don't know him personally, but
But
his
Chef, but why do you think that women are that fucking dumb? We take the
I don't
meat and
think
spit the
women
bone.
are dumb.
Let me finish. We chew the meat, spit the bones out, right? And you said this is a low vibrational live, but this is an educational live for women to know that you might be married or you might be in a relationship with somebody that may have these characteristics. Please prep yourself. This is about health and living.
And so, can I explain to now what I mean about low vibrational? Because I agree with everything that you're saying. I have not disagreed with most of what you all are saying, right? But what I'm trying to tell you, the DL Whisper is 20 years old. I'm 47. I've been through homosexuality in the 90s when I was in high school, and you dared not come out the closet. All the way to now, I see so many people living their truth. I still have trauma believing that it's reality because of all
So
the years. So
me. That's why it's low vibrational, sir. We just say you
no,
older.
the
Yeah,
low
all you gotta
vibe.
do is say you old. We don't need you to break that down. Like she just said, we already know all that.
Okay,
What's the
well,
point you
I'm
trying to move?
older. I'm older then. If
So
that's
why
the way
would
you
we?
if
Why
that's the
would we
way that you
listen?
prefer me to put it, I'm older.
Why would
So
we
as
listen? Hold on, Chef. Why would we listen to an old queen who your life actually genuine and used to be in pure danger had you come out to the new ones that actually can live out free and can actually tell us these things? You've been in secrecy damn near your whole life. He probably hasn't. So he's good. He's better than tell us than you. You probably got so many fucking bones in your closet that you don't even know what's in there
we
anymore.
all have
Why we
skeletons in
not?
our closet,
So
and I'll
you
take your
talking
old
about
queen as a compliment, my love. But
okay, but
what was
let
your
me say this.
question?
Hold on, let me say this because you said that that was messy. And 1 year ago, a scorned GAY man was suspected of unaliving his wife. He was just convicted. He was just convicted. 2000 is that low vibrational?
And
In
also
2000,
the
let
same
me
trans
finish. Let me
women get
finish. Let
unalived
me
as
finish.
well
Let me finish.
by
2000,
them.
2019, a man accused of
But y'all thought
unaliving his
that they
wife,
were tricking them at
unaliving his
first, but
wife
now it
after
turns out
she
that they're
found out,
DL.
Can you let her
unaliving
finish? Hold
unaliving
on,
his
East. Can
wife.
you let her finish?
A man accused in 2019, a man accused of unaliving his wife in Delaney Park after she found out that he was at a GAY spa. In 2014, a GAY man strangled his choked his wife to unalivement and then burned her body because she found out that and she threatened to expose of his secret lover. In 2013, a secretly GAY husband murdered his wife and children to hide his sexuality. In 2023, a man unalived his wife and children to be with his secret grinder boyfriend. Are those vibrational? Because I
And
can
the
keep
same, and the
going. Because
same,
I can keep going.
you
Because
sure can, but
it only matters. It only matters because your life is in danger, right? It
no,
only matters when your
no.
life is in danger. It doesn't. It doesn't. Y'all don't give a fuck when it's us, when
And
it's
this is
our
what I
life,
mean
because you're
by low
expecting our bodies
vibrational.
to be
You're
sacrificed.
putting things in my mouth. And what I'm saying here again, like those same statistics, and this is what I mean about putting all of our communities in harm's way. Those same statistics that you're reading about black women is the same statistics that a lot of these men that y'all thought were being tricked by trans women at one time, they're
So that
unaliving
is
them
right there.
too.
Because you said it
We
twice. That's hold up. That's where it come from, right there. So that's what I'm saying. Like we ain't saying nothing bad about the fucking T community. And as we talk about this combination, this conversation, like everybody's being fucking attacked. Then you come, oh y'all had this problem about no, the fuck we didn't, sir. You talking about the old bitches from your generation said that shit. Go find them old bitches and give it to
Sir,
them.
oh bitch, oh queen.
What? No, I don't give a fuck. Go give it to them. That's what I'm saying. Ain't nothing we saying harming nobody. That's what I'm saying. You exposing that men living double fucking lives. They out here being problematic and causing harm, and you like, well, y'all, what the fuck you want us to do? You want us to
That's not
shut
the
up?
issue. That's not the no. That's not the
Well, you
issue.
talk too fucking slow. Get to the fucking point. We've been up here 40 minutes, and you ain't said the shit.
all you did was talk about how the communities is being harmed, but really all you have actually talked about is how you are
No,
being
that's all
harmed.
you hear. That's all you heard. But I'm going to exit
All
this
you've been
conversation
saying, you've been
because
censoring
as I
yourself the
said,
whole time. How did
Now he said
no?
he gonna exit, so he can exit. He can
Okay.
fucking exit because he ain't saying shit.
Hey, Tara, Tara.
Speak, nigga. What do you guys say?
I mean, I'm waiting for her to respond, man. She just silent.
Nah, say what you need to say.
I was gonna ask, do
And
you
why Jay
think?
still up here skinning and fucking grinning?
That's what I was trying to ask
Because I'm
y'all. Is he
beautiful and
staying
black.
up
That's
here?
why. Because I'm black and beautiful. That's why. And I'm in shape.
Now
Faggot
you
ass
are
probably
black,
up
but
here
you ain't
recording.
beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop your ugly ass because you not pretty. You ugly.
I just had a question. Do y'all think everything the DL Whisperer say is true or not? Like, do you think some of the stuff
Y'all
he said
missing
is
the
Hold on.
true?
Did
point.
you even
It don't,
answer the prompt?
hold up. This the point though. It
Yeah,
don't
I'll answer.
fucking hold up, sir. Hold up. It don't fucking matter. That's what y'all fail. It don't fucking matter. The fact is, women are not having this conversation because they don't realize they should be having a fucking conversation. I don't give a fuck if he lying about every nigga he said. It's three of them for each one he pointing at. So like it don't fucking matter. The thing is, women need to be having a conversation. Y'all the one who fixated on that nigga when he saying who he pointing to. That speaks to who y'all fucking fear is. But women having a conversation about these men living double lives and the harm that could cause them. A woman thinking she in a monogamous relationship with her fucking husband, and she goes to the
Mm-hmm.
fucking clinic and find out she got a fucking disease or some shit because he out here cruising fucking bathrooms. Y'all don't give a fuck about that. It don't matter if he lying about every fucking thing. We don't give a fuck. The conversation need to be had.
And that's a great point. If I could say something quickly, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't got all day. Let's be so quite honest.
Go ahead.
If a man hears about, first of all, women's issues, he gets defensive. That's a red flag. He is an abuser. He is an SAer. Why would he say that? And so for whoever just asked, I don't know who just asked, y'all believe everything the DL whisperer says. That probably means that this man is actually DL. Because why are you even asking this question?
I
And
was
I
just
want to
asking.
hold on before you go because I want to say something real quick that I think is important because a lot of what I've noticed because like I said earlier, this using this inflammatory language is on purpose, very sinister because there's this conversation like, oh, women have issue. We got to unpack this, like, so I'm gonna hold y'all hand because I used to think this too, and this situation has opened my brain to what the reality is. And patient zero did that. Seeing that also opened my mind. There's this idea in Grinder and Jacked and all these other things. Sorry, but there's this idea that oh, the women are age phobic and they don't want to deal with these men who might be bi, and that's why men don't feel safe coming out and da 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 da. Because they want to pretend like they worried about their sexual health. The reality is this: men who participate in hegemonic masculinity are hypersexual. Being hypersexual is dangerous. The culture of DL culture is hypersexual, reckless, opportunistic smecks. That is dangerous. That is dangerous. And the reason why there is a negative connotation or a negative thought when it comes to bi men is not necessarily that. It's the fact that if men are hypersexual with women, and then the community oftentimes is hypersexual, they say that, and then you have a man who likes both, he might put me at risk because he might do risky things. Hold on, chicken. So, do we need to unpack some of that? Yeah, we can unpack some of it. Like, is it exaggerated, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? But the reality is, no. A lot of these men who are misogynistic and smexes, who have a disdain for women, who have a disdain for women, or who have internalized homophobia, who don't like themselves, who's trying to fit this image, they will do risky things, and that is a culture. So we do need to talk about what that look like. We do need to call out what is going on with that. We do. And y'all don't want us to have that conversation, and y'all want to be able to laugh and talk about it amongst each other, but not bring us into the conversation. Because I know there are men in the community, T women as well, who have shifted their ways of operating because they realized that DL men was dangerous. They realized that being promiscuous or hypersexuality is a problem. They realized that they had to make a motherfucker put a condom on. They realized they got to make a motherfucker go get tested with them. They started realizing all the things that we've been complaining about, but we've been being gaslit and told that we're age-phobic about it. And now they're realizing, but they don't want to come to the table and talk to us and validate us on it. They want to yell at us and be fucking nasty with us to protect these men, and that shit is weird. The sexual aspect does come in it. Like, stop playing. But go ahead, East. I saw that you had unmuted.
I wanted to say one thing that I did notice is that, and also they have an utter lack of empathy for Black women. I want y'all to clock how when I was reading off those stories of those Black women that have been unalived, and also too, three of those women were white women. So it's not just us. It's not just Black women. Three of those women. It was Amber, Kaylee, and some other girl who that was unalived by their husbands when they found out about their lovers. But when I started telling those stories, immediately he said, "Well, trans women T women are well also victims of unaliving as well." As if somehow us talking about our Black women being unalive takes away from T women being unalive by those same DL men. You just literally all lives matter the fucking whole entire conversation about Black women being unalived by DL men. That's insane. The lack of empathy and the lack of seeing us as human fucking beings needs to be talked about.
Say that shit. And somebody said in the comment, what is glory hole? And I mean, you can't fucking play. Don't play with me. Do not.
Who
Ain't
asked that?
no ain't no women got no glory holes where they bumping coochies.
Oh man, that's crazy.
No, it
That's
ain't
why I think.
crazy.
That's why I think
Quick
women.
question:
If you
are all
haven't,
of y'all
if you
straight women on here?
haven't actually
No.
watched GY Corn, y'all need to go watch it. Like, because the scenarios, it says a lot. Like I said, like there's a lot of DL content. It's a lot of it. Like
Mm-hmm.
they
Where
just
they
even
doing
Do any of
fantasizing
y'all live
about
on
it.
the West Coast? Any of
where
y'all on
they're
the West
doing
Coast?
shut up. I have watched it, and there's a lot of
Just
content. There's a lot of content of where the wife and the man is sitting at the table, and the man goes underneath the table and does whatever to the husband underneath the table. There's a lot of DL a DL corn where the wife is being cuckolded in that in those types of the I'm telling you, they fucking enjoy the humiliation and the secrecy of women not knowing these things. They enjoy it.
Yeah, that's nothing new. Us men
Speaking
know
of
But
that.
that,
shut your
E,
ugly ass up. Why is you
But
still here?
And I wanna hold
because
on before we
it's
go,
a
cause
different perspective. I just want to.
hold on, cause East, you said something earlier, and I
A
want
different perspective of how to suck dick under the table?
Yeah, I can tell you about it.
Okay,
hold
tell us.
on,
Tell us
Jay.
how you suck dick under the table, Jay. Tell us.
No, he can't. Hold
If
on,
you're
because I
in
want to
the West,
respond. Hold on, Jay, because no,
if you're in the
I want to
West,
respond to what you said earlier. East, when you was talking about the comparison, like the trying, you sharing a story about what DL men are doing to some black women, how they unalive them, and how he brought up the T community. I want to read this. A lot of times men try to suggest that being G or down low is just as dangerous or marginalizing as being a woman. They flatten that identity into a shield from their accountability. And this is what it means by that to me. Queer men can still benefit from male privilege. We know that queer men do often benefit from male privilege, especially when they pass as straight. Women, especially black women, face compounded gender and racial oppression every day in public and private spaces. Using queerness to silence or guilt women is not solidarity. It's strategic manipulation. A lot of men use queerness who fall into the queer category, use that in the same way that a lot of black men use race as a way to subjugate us. They're constantly operating in subterfuge, trying to daze and confuse us and try to use things that they think we can connect with as a way to hush us up and keep us pushed back so that they can be moved forward. That is something that happens all the time. And where is that? Oh, and I think this is important too. So this emotional reversal is a tool of power, guilting women into feeling oppressive. For keep in mind, they are trying to guilt women into feeling like we are oppressive for exercising caution is a form of emotional blackmail, reversal of victimhood, recentering men in every conversation. So this is why the men are teaming up and how you know that male dominance is everything. Now this is important because we done had this conversation right over here. So that's classic dominance disguised as, guess what? This is what I just described is classic dominance disguised as, drum roll please, vulnerability. And we know men use vulnerability to do what to women? To manipulate them. And G men do the same thing. They are acting like them being vulnerable and trying to say that, oh, I have supported you. I have been there. I did this. And what about all that I've been through? We've been through so much too. They hurt us too. They do this too. Like all this happens to us. Like, yeah, I just don't know. If you out a DL man, he might not fuck. I mean, he might hurt me. And it's all this fake vulnerability so that we can feel obligated to be their mammy and to fix their bobos. And I think that's something very, very interesting when you said that he tried to deflect what you was talking about to bring up another community, and it was weird and it's performative and it's not genuine at all. But go ahead. Go ahead, Miss Cat. I know you was about to say something.
Host, can I say one thing?
no.
You're not being serious, Jay. And see
I
you
am
be
being. I am. I've been
Well,
quiet.
you gonna
well
have to
Miss
wait
Cat
because
came
I'm
off.
I could have been
Please,
done if
sir.
you would have just
okay.
let me say something.
Sir, you go on mute.
I
I'm
am
about to
born and
drop.
raised here in San Francisco, so I can tell you a lot about the DL community.
Well, you should have been said it, but right now you gotta wait because all this time you could have been said it, but you want to play. Go ahead, Miss Mac.
After Miss May, I want to say something real
All
quick.
right.
Wait, let me get my thought together. Go ahead, on Terry. Let me get my thought.
Have y'all seen that movie, Moonlight?
A piece of it. I read a
Half of
book.
it.
The interesting thing about Moonlight is about it's a DL situation, right? But the
Mhm.
interesting thing is at the end you see like they struggling because they can't talk to each other, and that was an interesting take I learned a long time ago is that even the GAY men can't talk to each other. And there's a level of disconnect between them because of that. And the reason why they participate in the manipulation, or whatever the spectrum of queerness is, because of the way they're socialized, they still need women. Now, the ones
You
that are
got to come to a
feminine,
different
like,
location. I got to
pause,
tell you why.
sir, pause.
Please, can I add to the conversation?
Sir, at the end of the day, they still need women. That's the thing. That's why they participate in the bullshit. Because like they need women to fucking listen to them. Because them niggas ain't listening to him. Once he opened his mouth, that man want to shove something in his fucking mouth. Like, let's be for real. These men are not connected with each other. So it don't matter where he fall at. At the end of the day, they need us. And that's the fucked up part. Because like, why the fuck we got nigga? I'm like that.
They
He
have
get on my
come.
fucking nerve. Like he keep making. I'm trying to fucking talk. You're not saying shit. You're not fucking saying shit. At the end of the day, like, women get fucked over every time by fucking everybody.
I just wanted to say to all of the women in this live, when men come together, when extremely homophobic men and GAY men come together to all of a sudden silence us, we on to something. We, like we always say, right? Whenever you have a bunch of men agreeing with you in the comments section, you didn't fucked up. You need to back up all of a sudden. The fact that there are GAY men and hetero men all coming together to silence us on this specific topic, something ain't right in the motherfucking buttermilk, like Mia would say. Go ahead, Gay J, since you want to talk so fucking bad.
I'm here to agree with you. So
Well, go ahead.
Keep your
Go ahead
fucking
and
mouth
no,
shut.
I see it a lot. I'm born and raised here in San Francisco. They say it is the queen capital of the world, the LGBTQ capital of the world. And you have to realize that they do not need you, because when you look at all the millionaires out here, a huge portion of them are LGBT men with each other. That is one of the biggest ones out here. And one of the most poverty ones is the ones with lesbian or
Now
LGBTQ
just tell
women
us your
who are
DL
together.
Chronicles and move the fuck on. Tell
no,
us the
he's
fucking
I'm
out.
just
truth,
I'm just adding
No,
literally
he's
just some
actually
stats.
out. He's not DL. He's out.
No, I'm
And
talking about
just
his
seeing
Oh,
the but
no,
seeing
I'm
how
not talking
open
about
they
him. I'm talking about
but
his relationships with the DL men. Go ahead and
no,
tell us
I've
about the
seen them my
DL
whole life.
Chronicles,
I've seen them
sir.
since a baby, literally. I grew up downtown, so I've seen it. I couldn't hide from it. But they are actually together and very open, which is why I say location is very important for people to be around. A lot of people in the Bible Belt or a lot of people on the East Coast may not see as much as they actually may think they know. That's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead, ladies.
you ain't say
You ain't
shit.
told
Sad.
me
But
said
Is
a
motherfucker, I
motherfucking
just
Is
want to
thing.
tell you that.
he GAY for real?
yeah, I think
I'll
so.
agree with
So,
whatever you
so
guys
why
say.
did he come up here
I'm just
acting
here for the
like he was?
conversation.
Why did you come up here acting like you wasn't though?
No,
But
I
he
didn't. I
was
don't believe
East.
that I
I
was,
already
but I'm
knew from
sorry
the
if I
get
did.
go. I knew this
Let
from the
let
get
Matt
But
Cat
go.
I'm just
go
saying
because
that it's a huge
look, I
community,
know a
ladies.
San Fran when I see one. I know what they do
And
over there. Go
So
ahead. Go ahead.
when I asked you, why would you when I asked you about 30, 45 minutes ago, why would you as a hetero man want to jump up in this conversation and you started deflecting on how we pronounce, you did not come
I,
up here and
I'll
tell
say it
us
to a
that.
kid, to an alien, to whoever. But
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 you
you
don't
did
know that
not
there's
come up
huge
here and tell us
festivals.
that. So when I asked
Well,
you, why would a hetero
well, it's
man come
okay
up here and want to interject himself in a conversation that black women are having about DL men, you didn't say anything. Why didn't you
because
say
I was
that?
quiet. The host told me to be quiet, so I stayed quiet.
because
That's
it
why I didn't say
proved
nothing.
exactly what I said from the get go.
No, because
They're
I'm a
gonna
nice human
always
being.
line up. They're gonna
I get it.
always
We
line
want
their
to trigger
ass up,
Jay. I
tooted
get it.
up
Blah
in
blah
the air
blah.
for
We
So I'm
don't
just
want
gonna
to
tell
masculinity
you love
trigger
over
back.
you. You
anything.
came up here under false
Okay. Okay.
pretenses.
Cool. Well, I'm
You came
sorry.
up
Well, I'm
here
sorry.
DL.
Hey. Well,
That's
I'm
what the fuck
sorry.
you did. You came up here in a motherfucking DL pretenses,
Okay.
nigga.
Cool.
And you want to
Well,
sit up here and
okay.
act like we're tripping? You came
Okay.
up
Well, I'm
here
sorry.
acting motherfucking DL.
Well, I'm
You came
sorry.
up here on the fucking down low. When I
Well,
asked
I
you why would a
apologize
hetero man come up here to have this conversation that doesn't pertain to you, you didn't say fuck shit.
because the host told me to be quiet, so I was quiet.
Don't be a bitch.
Go suck dick under the table, Jay. Go fucking suck a dick underneath the table,
Well, I'm
nigga.
just
Fuck you.
letting you guys know, or ladies know, that it's actually a
Let Miss
huge
Matt go.
community
Okay,
that's
good.
I don't
building
care.
and
I don't
building
I'm
care.
and
I
I'm
don't
gonna
Miss
go
building.
ahead
Matt
care.
on and go.
go. Let Miss Matt
Also,
go. We got it, Jay.
And the
We
community is
got it.
actually very huge and thriving in the
Okay, we got it. We got it. We got
DL
it.
men. But what you're talking about is great, ladies, because at the same time,
Okay, go ahead, Miss Mac.
Also, what I also found out is it's a app that they're using that you cannot detect at all. Once they send text messages, you don't have to log in, you don't have to do anything. The text messages disappear. So they doing it in a covert way where they don't have to, you're not on Grindr, you're not on Tinder and stuff like that. All of that disappears. And for this weird ass nigga that just left, I knew that nigga was part of the community. That's what they do. They do that. They disrespect black women on the basis of being a man.
Too, you clocked it
I
real
keep,
early. You clocked that shit early.
I keep telling y'all, I see this shit every day. They're gonna be rude to us no matter what. They're gonna align themselves with masculinity every day of the week. Mia, keep fighting a good fight. Keep that woman shit going. I'm going to bed.
All right. Good night, Miss Mac. And I sure am. I'm gonna be on
Thanks,
my
Mac.
whole head every chance I get because
But
y'all got it fucked up. Go ahead, Prince.
but I do want to say this. Someone in the comments said that they're doing this because they want to be women. No, they don't want to be women. They want to be top. Like if they like, it's just weird because if you want to be to say that they want to be women, it's like no. Because if you want to be women, you want to be hateful like this. No, they want to be top oppressor. That's what they want.
The thing that is tripping me out is how I'm not gonna lie that it's so infuriating. Excuse me. Like Jay said, blame it on my grandma. But it's so upsetting because like to see the behavior of these men and the way they are trying to contort themselves, twist themselves up. They are doubling over, trying to say they're throwing stuff at the wall. Um, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt the whole community. If you tell on them, they might they might do something to us. Y'all deflecting. Y'all are fucking lying. Oh, he's lying. Well, what's the truth? Well, I'm just saying he's over his. Well, what's the truth? Nobody has been able to come up here and tell us what the truth is. They ain't gave us no answer.
Did y'all send the live to Ty? Because I was curious about what the fuck he was talking about.
I forgot about Ty being mad.
Yeah. He was mad as hell in that motherfucking live. We ain't even getting the conversation good.
But I want to look at this, y'all, because another part of their deflection has been about them saying that women are just as down low. And I've noticed that anytime we have a conversation, men are saying it's a one-to-one. They're always constantly telling us about this one-to-one that's going on. Oh, thank y'all for reaching my goal. I appreciate that. Let me fix it. So let's break down what they talking about with this imaginary down low woman, right? And we know it's a shift in blame. But I know it's because calling out women is easier. We all know that it's easier. We done touched on it and all that type of stuff. But I want to know, why have men not been campaigning against women being down low? Why have men not called out women being down low? Why have they not went live and said how much it's affecting them, how it hurts them, what's going on with that? Why are men not calling it out? And I want to make sure it's understood that even that it's not to say that it's not true that there's not some women who are into women, but they end up marrying and being with the man. But like we talked about earlier, most of the time, if a man find out that you are bi, they're going to fantasize about having a threesome with you. But go ahead, Eve. Let me check.
Oh, I was just gonna say, actually, I never muted, but I was gonna say it's the same reason why they bring up Men's Mental Health Month during Women's Mental Health Month. It's just a way to deflect. That's it. That's it, and that's all. That is it, and that is all. Plain and simple. End of the story. Motherfucking lights out. That's it. They don't care about quote unquote DL women. They don't. It is just another way to deflect from what we're talking about.
Another thing is they don't care for women's DL. Like men. will get on a man will get on a woman, do his business, get up, don't give a fuck how that felt for her, whether she was into it or not. But like you thinking you laying with a man who want to be with you and he just doing his fucking business on you, like what the fuck is y'all talking about? What does it matter if that woman? Because they just making shit up. Y'all just fucking making shit up. Like all the women DL. Tell us about them women harming y'all. What they doing? Like what the fuck? Y'all, every time we bring up anything, we bring up a fucking essay for children. We was getting around like everything. Y'all some me too ass niggas, but y'all don't give a fuck. That's the thing. And like I said, for y'all to be this hyper masculine, homophobic, over like whoever the fuck, like y'all, we're the homophobic. Y'all not even homophobic. All of a sudden, y'all for the community. Like the idea, we're the homophobic. Y'all not even homophobic. All of a sudden, y'all for the community. Like the idea you target those men. That shit real crazy. How once DL men become part of the conversation, everybody fucking progressive. That's real interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I put in the comment section. I was like, during when I was in Ty's live earlier, I was like, oh, now y'all want to talk about homophobia? That don't make no sense because way I've seen so many, and also too, I really want to touch on how a lot of the red pill men on that side of TikTok are DL. In particular, Saw is DL. Nobody, I've been saying it for a year, and I'm gonna keep on
Omega,
motherfuckers. I'm gonna keep on saying it. Omega's my boo. I don't think Omega gay.
no, Omega, no, that nigga DL too.
Omega DL, no, that's my favorite. He's one of my favorites. But I'm gonna tell you right now,
Not you
Saw
getting
is.
pick me for Omega right now. That's crazy.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the way this is why he's. When I look at my list, where my list go? When I look at my list about the misogyny and the sexism being combined, which is one of the largest, which is a very large indicator, it's the way that a man will talk about a woman's body that will be one of the largest indicators about how he feels about the female form. And we don't talk enough about how a lot of these dudes are grooming heterosexual dudes into homosocial relationships, and then sooner or later will, they probably gonna get together and start to drinking and start to popping, and next thing you know, ass and boochie cat gonna be all up in the air getting popped and torn out.
Yeah, they talking about the women in our girls trip. Let's talk about y'all and y'all boys trip. Cause Tweedledee is Tweedle does. Cause y'all be fucking lying. But yeah, I agree. I think I think that it's also important to realize like when the how to put this. Like if you was to ask the question, why, like when we ask the question, why are women being blamed for what men do, right? We see this so much, and it's because women are expected to absorb the harm. We expect to fix things, prevent things, and even though if we was to like say, well, what's the root of it, what is it, it's a lot of it. Like when we simply put it, of course it's about the power and the dominance, but men have a certain amount of entitlement. That's why I be talking about when I'm referring. It's a male entitlement that happens. Sometimes it's conscious, sometimes it's subconscious, but it's definitely male entitlement that I think plays a big part in it, and women feeling like to be in this society, under these systems, is for you to be protecting men because you feel you've been conditioned to believe that's what you're supposed to do. Even in a situation like this, we find ourselves protecting men, and it's crazy. And the silencing us, even though we're saying like, hey, we noticing a pattern, we see this is manipulative, they're going to shift that narrative. So we like having this conversation, the narrative is getting shifted to we're making them hide, we uphold this, we're the reason that men can't be honest. And misogyny is gonna be at the forefront of this. Misogyny is always going to be the smoke screen for what queer pain is. And I'm not talking about the women that are queer. I'm talking about and this is just my opinion and what I've noticed, is that the conversation where women are being blamed is always going to be about men, whether it's the DL men, hetero men, or the G men, and it is they also are going to throw in T women, and they're throwing T women in there, and I think it's because of the I think it's a lot of reasons, but we heard it tonight when we have these conversations. They're throwing T women in here, and I think it's something very, very interesting about the way they're doing it as victims. Not they're not saying they on with us as women. They're saying that they're victims, and us talking about it is harming them. But go ahead, Tara.
Yeah, because like we like it's just interesting the whole thing about the T women because like I generally want when you come up here and you say, "Well, this is harmful to T women." Really break that shit down. Tell us how it's harmful. But the thing is, it's not that it's like when somebody is so like stuck in their own, like you so stuck in your own head, you can't see outside. Y'all think, oh, that's another marginalized group, and you think if you throw a word at somebody, you can shut them up, and that's problematic. Because at the end of the day, all we saying is men need to stop lying. Y'all niggas need to stop lying and claiming that shit is what it ain't. Like you want to be soft with that nigga too. This whole performance y'all put on that puts everybody in harm. Like the shit need to stop. And how are you going to tell one oppressed group they can't talk about another oppressed group? What the fuck is y'all talking about? Because we talking about the one who are perpetrating fucking harm. We talking about the motherfuckers who causing the harm. Y'all niggas stupid.
Very. And it's sinister as a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. I got some major thoughts about it, but I don't want to cause no confusion on my panel. But y'all, it's some shit with y'all because if the if the DL women was such a thing, then you would have then we would be talking about the we'll be talking about studs and femmes and these husbands and the trans men, but that's not the conversation. That ain't never the conversation. So
Definitely feeling like how white people are be calling black people racist now. It's like it's almost as if they're othering us from the victim, the like the harm that we're being caused as black women. And I don't want to hold on. Let me get the right words right.
I know it's hard. Trust me, I'm over here like, ugh.
I feel like because because cis black women have fought so hard for everybody in the community, now we can't talk about the people that we have fought for their rights, like benefiting from the people that are actively harming us both.
Mm.
Does that make sense? I'm just trying to use the right
You're
words.
trying to be very nice, and being nice does nothing.
All right, then, Rada, you say it then, bitch. I can't. Oh, I don't
I'll
need to
just
use the
say
bitch word
this, and
because
this can
you help me out,
always,
please help me out.
in any circumstance, this is the same thing. First of all, black women need to stand together with black women, period. Black women, black cis women stand together with black cis women. Because obviously, as we see, nobody has our backs. So stop having other people's backs. And then it won't, it will be less of a conversation. That's what I have to say.
I think
Because how many times do we have to, how many times from every single group do we have to see that they don't give a fuck about us for us to just say, okay, we'll do the same thing and we only give a fuck about each other too? Because no one gives a fuck about us. This is a tale as old as time. So then you be with those that are like you work with them, and then that's it. That's what I believe, and it's not nice, but let's be honest. I'm so sorry. The rainbow community, they don't like us. The T community, they're not going on to like protest for us. They're not. But we protest for everybody else. Yeah, exactly. Someone says no allies. Exactly. We do the work for everybody else, literally, to get them right. All of these things. No one does anything for us. So then that would mean stop doing shit for people. Simple.
Yeah, I think it's very nuanced. Right? I think it's so many different layers because I do not think that it is. I do not think that there is, let me put it like this, there are people within some of these communities that do understand what's going on, right? And I think it's a small percentage. I think there's a larger percentage of some bullshit happening. And in the same way, I think it's a larger percentage. It's a larger percentage of bullshit when we talk about like feminism, right? What feminism, the idea of it, and what the practice is totally different. I think it's more women on that bullshit, male centered, can't unhand the cock if they like depending on it, then not, right? So I think that also comes into play when we talk about the trans women. There's a lot of internalized misogyny. There's a lot of issues that's going on, and I think that it has been flopped to think to be like they are way more progressive than they are, and they are not. It's a smaller percentage of them who understand. It's a smaller percentage of G men that understand. It's a small percentage of trans men that understand. It's a small percentage of studs that like I can go on and on and on. But what is clear and what I'm learning through this is that regardless how you put it, whether it's other women, cis women, whether it's T women, whether it's studs, whether it's men, whatever, however the category is, with all these people who got this internalized, these internalized bullshit, the victim gonna guarantee be a woman though.
That's the problem that I have with the whole conversation, because I'm just gonna speak from a very umbrella conversation because there's multiple layers. The first thing about it in life, well, this can sort of be debatable, but if you live life as a white T man, then that's what you live life as, and you don't consider other people. This is just a basic standard to live life in America. So the thing about it that I have to say is, like, even with like white T women, I do not believe they understand anything about like being a black woman. Okay, there's too many different layers to it. So honestly, this is what I say and I want to do. I'll just stick beside those that look like me, and that's it. And I'll fight for those because there's too much work to be done for black cis women, if you will. Okay, and I can just invest my resources there because no. Even a lot of the ones that like know the fight, quote unquote, oh, if they're white tea, well, we know a great example of this on this app. And they pretend they know the black fight, whatever else. And then we see a black man that's supposed to be black, but then he doesn't even know, like, he doesn't even care about black women. Like, no, I just think like black women should stick together. And
Oh yeah,
that's just my whole thing.
I
For
just
me
thought about
personally.
something. I just thought about something. Hold on to y'all my hand. Y'all remember how like a lot of these men was talking about how stupid we are for supporting the T community, how like they trying to replace us, and how stupid we are for always trying to be cool with the G men and all that stuff. Y'all know what that was about? When I think about it, after this situation exposing all of a sudden they not H phobic, they not T phobic, they standing together, they like the fucking Hands Across America from the Us movie. Jordan Peele. That motherfucker need to come out with a part two. Because when I tell you these men is arm in arm, linked up, locking up like crabs, it's the craziest thing. But what it tells me is when I crashed out earlier, and I was like, I'm sick of like y'all been kiki and laughing at us. The joke is on us. Y'all motherfuckers right. Cause a lot of these men who was doing all that talking about the community and telling us women we're stupid for being cool with you guys and however they labeled it is because they know how y'all all be talking about us. Y'all been laughing and disrespecting and getting a good kiki off of us. Y'all been dog walking us and saying that we raising these kids by ourselves. We stupid. We this. We that. We dumb. We desperate. We don't know no better. We can't do this. We can't do this. Our box is nasty. Ill, ill, ill. Y'all been laid up pillow talking with each other, and that's why they was telling us that we wasn't light and that we was being played with. And when you talk to some of the people, the G people who are like, y'all handing y'all men on the platter to these men, that's what the men was saying. The men was saying, the supposedly straight men was saying that we up here kicking with the community, regardless if we were part of the community or not, because y'all know they don't think about nothing but themselves. Yeah, we kick in with the community, those parts of the community, when they want to take our spots. So it's mighty funny that they were saying that, and now the community is saying that we giving our men on a platter. Quiet. I don't know if you know you up here.
Damn, not them been in on it the whole time. That's crazy, man.
You said what?
They was all in it on the at the end of the day. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say something?
Yeah. Oh, hey, I didn't even realize somebody knew it was on. Hey, go ahead, Tyler. You can address the prompt or what?
Thank you for letting me up. Um, why are the men mad with the DL whisper? So, and how is it the women's fault? So, I just want to say this: the fact that you have the bros up here is so crazy. I'm SG Rose. So I just thought that was funny as all get out. Okay, so listen, I just want to say this. I actually was talking to somebody about this, and I'm trying not to, like, I don't want to offend anyone, but I just want to see if this has been um the same perspective that I'm getting that you guys could probably have as well. So the perspective is, do you feel like there's a lot of T women who are misogynistic as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So there was a conversation on TikTok that I just like screwed, like I kind of scanned across, and I was so offended actually by it because I'm like, wait a minute, like I'm okay of you guys existing and being in spaces that women are supposed to be in to an extent. I'm accepting of who you are because that's who you are. I can't change who you're trying to be, whatever the case is. But there's just certain things that rub me the wrong way. And I realized something that you said too about the pillow talking and like other things that like the heterosexual men or secret homosexual men um are doing with these trans women. And I honestly feel like
The P
there's
women.
or T women, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
There's a lot of that going on, and I'm hearing about it even with like I'm a massage therapist. So I'm a medical massage therapist. So I hear all of it. Okay. And even men that are quote unquote heterosexual presenting are having situations with T women or with G men, and they're in heterosexual marriages, and the women don't know. So I'm just like, what is going on? I mean, crazy things. Like,
So we starting to try to have that conversation. Well, I've been on a journey trying to have a conversation and focusing in more so on what the root of it is, and the root is the misogyny, right? Internal misogyny or misogyny in general. And what I found was interesting when I started having this conversation, because I could not figure out how to start the conversation about what does it mean for gender to be a social construct. The conversation about a lot of T women, talking to cis women and saying that we don't own womanhood, and
yeah,
gender is fluid and we don't understand it. And then now it's changed from gender being a social construct and being fluid to that SMEX is not really something that we can define, although scientists say this. There is XY, XX, X this. Like, it's so many different things and all this stuff. So I've been trying to figure out how to have that conversation, but I've tabled it because I was like, I need to wait. I need to really, because you don't want to be harmful in having
Right.
these conversations that I do think need to be had, but we still don't need to be harmful. And sometimes when you are not able to analyze things logically, it can come off and it can get nasty and messy. But then when I started having this conversation about the DL men, and there has been multiple situations where they have inserted T women with DL men, I thought that was strange because
Mm-hmm.
what are we talking about? So if T women are dealing with DL men in a
Mm-hmm.
way that G men outed G men are dealing with
Mm-hmm.
DL men, we got to stop playing and have the conversation, because it's something unfair about going back and forth in this thing of it like what's going on. Because my interpretation or my view about what the community is, okay, I see you, East, because I want to be clear about this. If gender is fluid and gender is a social construct, then the T community can revolutionize what we view as gender. They can make stuff make sense. We can have this situation where you do not have to have, if cis women don't own womanhood, then us having boobs, us having a vagina, whether we have a uterus, whether we don't, whether we have an extra piece down there, none of that would matter. We would simply exist however we want to. But a lot of times, both T women and T men are taking on the attributes to affirm their identity that what you would associate with a human that was assigned whichever gender they say they were supposed to be assigned. They will do that. So if a trans woman is wanting to affirm herself, she will get boobs. She may or may not get the bottom surgery, but she would get boobs, for example. She would get hips. She would make her face softer. And it's like, what's the point of you saying that women don't own womanhood if for you to feel like you are a woman, you do these certain things? Because my way of understanding the concept was that it don't matter. You could be a woman with a beard. You could be a woman with a flat chest. You could be a woman with a peen. But they're saying that's not it. So it's long story short, it's a complicated situation, and it might take longer than what we talked about now to digest it without being harmful.
Offensive. Yeah,
Yeah.
I and definitely don't want to be offensive at all. Just throwing that out there. I just think that it's
But
hard.
before you
It's
go, because I think East wanted to address some of what you said, and she might have a better way to address it than me. Because I know I've thought about it a lot, Tyler. I'm like deep into it,
I
and
just want to. Is it okay if
I'm.
I just East? Is it okay if I just finish my quick train of
Oh,
thought
okay,
real
then go
quick?
ahead.
Is
Yeah.
that okay? I just wanted to wrap it up and just say, I think for me, my frustration is the fact that we are in year 2025. There is no reason for DL men to even exist. I just think that if you are who you are, be who you are, or at least know like the partners that you deal with, let them know who you are so they can choose. And I just think that when people take away choices, it creates chaos and it wreaks havoc in other people's mental health, emotional health. It's just not good for family dynamics if that's not what someone signed up for. A woman, signing up for a heterosexual marriage, and then you end up turning into you, whatever the case is, and it just affects everything around you. No matter if it makes you happy, you got to think about everyone else that's affected if you truly love and care about other people that are close to you. So I just think that people should be more honest and more considerate. That's all.
I agree. Go ahead, East, baby.
So, I think that was a good question because, um, so most of y'all already know, like y'all been around me for like a hot minute, on this app, and so I have changed my opinions on certain things, right? Um,
Me too, East. So I'm holding.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. So y'all hold my hand with this.
And too.
I feel like. let me just start with I think we all done heard about the DL Houston list, right? So I feel like if there's not a woman that is going to expose a list of people that she has had sex with as a way to show that a man is on the DL or GAY. We're not going to do that. So I have been feeling like if you feel like if we're all saying that T women are women, but then you go and you expose the list of men that you have been intimate with as a way to say, look, these men are GAY, is it that only cis women are now considering y'all to be women? Are you not considering yourselves to be women anymore? And then I'm also going to say that the first 15, 16 years of your life is always going to create it is a foundation of the type of person that you are. So if you have spent the first 16 years of your formative life as with a certain privilege that cis women will never ever have, that's going to always be a part of you even after you have transitioned into women. So I think that there is a certain aspect of trans women that feel like they have the mentality of male privilege. And yeah, so that's what I have been thinking, because it was this, and then I don't think that GAY men are inserting trans women into this conversation, because I've seen trans women insert themselves into this conversation heavily, heavily, and they have constantly gotten up here and said that this is harming the community, this is harming all of us, this is harming all of us, but then they only talk about how it's harming them and how it's not harming us, how, and they haven't even touched on how it's harming us.
Ain't scratched the surface.
Yeah, they won't even address it, because in reality, um I'm starting to think that they actually don't give a F. But I think that yeah, at some point in time, us as women, we are going to have to acknowledge that the first 16, 17 years of your life are what makes you who you are. And that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah. And real quick, cause you absolutely right. And I've been talking about this. And I do think that we need to have a conversation. I have made multiple attempts to ask questions and to talk to T women, and they have avoided the question, ignored the question, jumped over hills, hurdles, to avoid the question, and it's very telling. I think that it is this unconscious or subconscious part of them, because like you said, some people say 15, some people say 13, some people say 12, some people say 7 years your brain is being programmed, and that programming is stored, right? It's stored in your subconscious, and it takes a lot to replace some of that information that's stored in your subconscious. And when you think about how we are socialized and how it is this, like you call it bro code, homosociality, this cult for men where men look out for each other, that's going to be a part of it. And if it is true, because in some every T woman's experience is different. Some say that it's a mental thing. Some say it's just this social thing. Like, well, there's so many different things. But even if there is this internal thing where no, you absolutely know that you're supposed to be something else, like you're not, like you do not fit in the body that you feel like you're supposed to be in, then it will be also misogyny, internalized misogyny, on top of this hard code of male entitlement. So it's a lot of battles going on there on top of just all the things that go on socially. So to not want to have this conversation and to deflect and just say automatically it's T-phobia, or even to make it seem like you are more marginalized, because that's important to talk about, y'all. It's important to talk about this. To not want to battle or not want to unpack all these different things that could be going on, and then you say because you are a T woman, you are more marginalized. That is saying a lot. And go ahead, Tara, and if I'll explain why it's difficult having this conversation because I'm being careful, and watch my words. But go ahead,
What the
Tara.
fuck? Sweet. Real quick, I want to respond to Quiet Storm to kind of go back. I think it was Quiet Storm. About the like just be open to who you are. The thing is, like, to be DL, you can be a straight man and be DL. That's the crazy part. Like, it's all tied in hegemonic masculinity, and it's like these men are not looking to be open. Like, the whole idea is to still be able to climb to the top of the hierarchy. They're not trying to be like, oh, I want to be open about who I am. The goal is to like be as close to that pedestal as possible. So I don't want to include that. Them motherfuckers are not looking to be open about who they are. Far
Yeah.
from it.
No, absolutely,
How
and
you guys doing?
that's true. Hey, who? Oh, I didn't even know somebody. What's up? How you feel about the prompt?
I think it's very fair for a woman to ask for honesty, because once again they are putting their life on the line, kind of like their goals, their dreams. They need to have the most information as possible so they can make a choice. But at the same time, looking at this dating market, for example, men want to know about women body counts before they get with them, and for the most part, either
You
women lie
Jamaican?
about it
Oh
or are very
hell
secretive
no! Wait,
about
hold
it.
on. You
So
Jamaican? Oh hell no!
Hold on, real
I'm not
quick, real
Jamaican.
quick.
I'm
Let
not
me ask you a
Jamaican.
question. Hold
I'm
on,
from
real quick, because I
Portugal.
just thought about something. Hold up, Eddie. When a man for the, because we talking about the DL man, right?
Hmm.
Before that man go cruising in the bathroom, do he ask about body count? Like, is that a crucial
What
part
does
of the
that
conversation?
What does that mean? It
Are
doesn't ask about body count
This
because he
nigga
doesn't care,
stupid.
because probably is a casual encounter. But the same way you want to know your life partner, like what is he doing and what he was doing before he was with you. Like for example, most women don't accept men that had almost sexual encounters in the past. Women kind of want to know the woman's history, like what she was doing before he met him. So it's
No,
kind of, in my opinion.
my point is
Hmm.
because men are conditioned to like essentially controls women's sexuality. Like, body count don't matter until it comes to a woman that he wants to say that he owns. Like, he don't care about body count at any other point in time. The reality is y'all don't actually give a fuck about body count.
But the thing
So
about
if
it is,
so,
though,
does my
that
body
he's
count
saying
matter?
is like he's not gonna care about body count. If he's DL, he doesn't care about the body count in the bathroom or whatever. He's not gonna show this woman off. The same way,
Yeah,
I'm
but
so sorry, most men don't care about they don't care about certain people's body counts. They're not going to
yes, we
marry
do.
them and have them
You
as
don't
their
want to hear that
advertisement.
ass.
That's the true thing.
Yes,
We
we do.
don't. That's
We
that's
just
what
don't
it says.
verbalize it. No, we
To do with
care. We
DL
just
men
don't
though. I'm sorry. What does this have to do with men being DL in
Don't
relationships?
hear that
If you
ass
let me
shit.
explain. And by the way, I'm not Jamaican. I'm from Portugal. Like if I say bombo clat, I sound like a Russian, not a
Oh my
Jamaican.
god, what
Oh,
So
so
the
you over
hell?
there with the
so
Schnauzes. Okay, go ahead, finish.
no, Portugal
What
is on
the hell is he yapping
wait, what?
about?
But okay, so you
Wait,
Portuguese.
what?
Okay, so hold on. So you Portuguese. We know the Portuguese. I heard Miguel's song. I know the Portuguese. I know them. Go on, get to the
Miguel is
point.
not Portuguese.
Just go. Look, sir. Portuguese,
Miguel is not Portuguese.
portrait,
Nelly Furtado is
whatever.
Portuguese.
Okay, shut your dumb ass
I
up. Let
like
him finish, because I want to know what
I
this
don't
is
give a
having to
damn what
do
it
with DL
is.
men.
Just get to your point. Go on, get to your misogynistic
So
point, and come out the
so
closet
no
while you
so
at
so
it.
my
Come out the
so my
closet.
point is totally fine. Let's assume I'm gay. So my point is, if we care about men sexual history, and that's very fair to care about, because
It's not
once
enough
again
food.
you are laying with these men, so it should be good for you to know men care about women sexual history, And what happened is, women are lying in mass about their sexual history because every time you ask what's your body count, woman either omit it or say it's three when
What
it
is
actually
it?
is
That's not even a
63.
topic. Pat,
Wait,
did you
what?
read this? Did you read the screen?
Got a small.
Yes, I said that it was a
You
problem. I
know, a lot of
acknowledge it.
men.
I was just
A lot of men
Hold on, why the
who.
fuck is we talking about body count?
A lot of
the same
men
way y'all
who
were
have.
talking about T woman, and there's nothing to do with the prom too.
Well,
A
what
lot
does
of
that
men.
have to? No, no.
Am I wrong? You guys are talking about T woman. That's
A
not
lot of men who
no.
do this
Man,
whole
bye,
body
Fatty. Go to
count thing
sleep,
got
No,
man.
small
I'm
pee.
confused.
Why are you telling
That's
me that
I'm
what the
What
fuck
does
am I
that's
body
what it
doing?
count
is.
have to do with being with Miguel being Puerto Rican or you being DL? Like, what's going
Portuguese.
on now? What's happening?
Now
The peen
is
is
because we're
small.
talking about sexual
Not
history,
double O.
right?
That's not a
If men's
queen.
sexual history counts, we have to make sure that women are honest with their sexual history too. Isn't that fair?
Fatty, read the fucking screen, sir.
You were talking about T woman when I got here. That's your
No, no,
fault.
no, no, no. Listen what I'm saying. Can you read,
Oh,
nigga? Can you fucking read?
But hold on.
Can you read it for me?
Wait, hold on, Fatty. Hold
That's his
on,
whole
y'all. Hold on.
topic.
Hold
Why
on,
am I the bad
Fatty.
guy?
Fatty. Okay, you got it out. Now you got it out. We said what we said. Now we're about to refocus and get back on topic. You said it. You came up here with women and you got to say the thing. You got to say it. You got to let us know. Body count, body count,
Hmm.
body count, body count.
body
Ladies, let's
count.
go. We got it.
Body count.
Body count.
Body
The
count.
body count, y'all. Body count,
Body
body count,
count.
body count. Now that we got that out the way, how you feel about men being upset about a man exposing DL men?
I think people have right to privacy, just like most of
Whoa,
y'all that have
whoa,
50
hold
bodies.
on.
No, let me
Whoa,
finish. You asked
whoa,
a
whoa,
question.
whoa,
You
whoa.
asked
Cause
a question.
I knew the girl.
You
I
asked
knew
a question.
no,
You
no,
ain't
fatty, no, fatty. I'm with you. I know you on Twitch, itch, but I'm with you.
Wait,
Let
what?
us know.
What did you say? I'm aware.
Or you streaming something? Come on,
No,
who
no, 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 no.
are
I
you
would
talking
actually tell if I'm
to?
streaming. You can literally go to my TikTok.
No, who are you talking to?
No, I'm talking to y'all. I'm wearing my headphones.
But the way you look, sir, the way your screen look, it look like you looking at another screen.
Wait,
That's
I'm
what he's
looking at my
doing.
computer. This is my phone is here, and I'm on my computer. I have a phone link.
This is what a man with a job
Can
looks like. I'm not gonna lie.
I can have a job now? That's crazy. I can have a job now. Can I have my thingy on the PC?
Fatty,
Is that fair?
fatty, fatty. You don't know what's
Damn,
going
that's crazy.
on.
But honestly,
But
you're lying. You are not from Portugal. You do sound like you're from Jamaica. Be honest.
If I say Wagwan, does this sound like a Jamaican or a
Say
Russian?
something
It sounds
Portuguese
like a
then.
Jamaican.
He's
Olá, boa
Portuguese.
tarde. O meu nome é Cláudio. Eu moro em Portugal,
That shit
Lisboa.
not
Tenho trinta e
fluent.
cinco anos.
No,
Does it
that
sound
shit
like
don't sound
Jamaican?
fluent.
It's
Mm-mm.
Portuguese. It is Portuguese.
That's
That is
Portuguese for
Portuguese because
I'm
they
Portugal.
be
What the
fine with
hell?
it. I
it's
want him to
No,
go.
Portuguese.
fuck
They
if
be
he's
talking like
Boa
they got
Portuguese.
noite.
But
Está
that's
tudo
Portugal.
bem?
okay. I want him to. I
Mulher
want him to
negra
go.
é
I want him
Deus.
to say what he's saying. I want him because he's saying a lot. But I want y'all to let him say it. I want to hear him say it. So go back because you said they have a right to privacy. Please let us
Yes, what
know.
I said was, if we say that most women, right, will be very upset if a man leak theirs or a woman leak their sexual history. I think it's very fair to be very upset if you are a man and somebody exposing your private matters when it comes to sexual, because most of y'all have 50 bodies and y'all want to only tell us that you have three, and everything other than three
I have a
can get you
question.
in trouble.
Hold on, I have a
So
question. I want to
I
ask you a
agree.
question, Fatty. Hold up. Do women
Yes.
deserve privacy if they cheating on their partners? Like, if I cheat on my husband, do I deserve privacy,
Hmm.
Fatty?
That's a very
Exactly.
touchy subject. Now, one
Exactly.
second. If
No, no,
your
no,
best friend
no.
cheated on her, well, let me talk to you. If your best friend was cheating on her man, would you
No,
tell
I'm
him?
cheating. I'm cheating on that
Hell
nigga,
no.
Fatty. Matter of fact, I'm cheating on
I,
you.
I'm
I'm
not.
cheating
I'm not
on you.
snitching
Hold
on
up.
you.
No, I'm cheating on you. Don't I get privacy? Like, don't I deserve some fucking privacy,
No.
Fatty?
If his D is bigger than mine, you have all the right
Oh,
to do it.
Oh no, fatty,
I knew it was small.
What?
I said his
fatty.
peen was
Hold
small.
on,
Didn't I say
fatty.
that?
Hold
If he's
on,
I
love.
taller
said
than me,
Wait,
one. If he has more money than
wait,
me,
fatty.
hey, I
Hey,
understand it.
fatty. Hey,
I
let
knew
me
it.
tell you
He a
something.
cuckold.
Let me tell you, they hating. Look, fatty.
No, you
Look,
can be calling me that, lady.
stand
I'll be
up,
nice to
fatty. I
you.
know you got a fatty. Now I know you got a fatty.
Hey, let's come up both at the same time.
No, don't worry about me camming up.
No, I'm worried
I
about
want to
you
know you
too. I
already
will
cammed up.
stand
I want
up
to
if
see.
you
I know.
give me a
I
camera
want to
cam.
see that dump trunk you got. Cause I know
And I
it's
want to see
clean.
you too.
You mean the dump
I know.
truck
Guarantee you
and
need
the
I
the
can hear in
gun?
your
BBL.
voice. I can hear in your voice that you catch your ankles in the middle of the
My
bathroom.
name is
No, he don't.
Fatty. Like I'm
Stop it.
supposed to be fat. That's my name, literally.
No,
This is
you
not a
ain't
You
fat.
secret.
That
don't see
ass
it.
fat.
Short and fat. You're right. Small,
Yes, but there's a
short.
thing, right?
No, we
If
want.
all
No,
of
she's
us
saying
had
turn
the name
around.
that
Let us
represent
see.
how we look, your name will be Saggy Titties. And I don't be mad at you. That's just life.
Yo titty saggy, bitch. Yo titty saggy. Yo titty
I
saggy.
don't
Nah,
even
your titties is sitting on
Look
that
at him
microphone,
grabbing
That's
his
what he
fatty.
got.
breasts
You
like
said this bitch say he got
that.
perky
Your titties
titties.
is
That's
sitting on
crazy.
that
You
You
got
got
motherfucking
a
big
crazy.
titties
microphone,
now.
okay?
Why you competing with women?
He
You want to compare
arguing.
your titties
Here
with
you
the
ain't
whole
heard
I'll
him
be
titties
arguing
saying the
that
together
he got
black woman
perky
is God,
titties.
and y'all are be making me change my mind. That's crazy.
Don't change your mind. You sitting up here. You sitting up here with your titties on your fucking stomach talking about some saggy titties. Show us that
So
ass. Show us that ass. We
how do you
did.
want me to talk with you?
Hold
Like,
on, sir.
yeah,
You want
sis,
to talk about?
let's get it.
Hold on. You want to talk
Like,
about body count? Your mouth got miles on it. I can tell. I know your throat got miles on it. You talking about 50 bodies, sir? Your throat done seen 50.
And you
That's why
know he
50
got
was her number.
childbearing hips.
I know he thicker than a snicker.
No, that nigga thick with perky titties, and he like, I'm about to come show these bitches.
These bitches ain't got nothing on me.
Why are we roasting this man? Why are we
Now this
roasting this
man
man?
roasted us. This man roasted us first.
And
This
You
he's
gotta
man
keep
said
up.
protected
we
and
be
he's on
lying
mute.
about our bodies because he got a bunch of bodies in his throat. He think it's different. A lot of times these motherfuckers think it's different. They be like, he might not got busted out yet because he waiting on the right man. But he done busted his throat up and he think he's special.
And you was right. Go ahead and drop him, host. He's over here lying, knowing he's on a
Now
chat.
you gotta pay to drive. Hold up. Unmute, sir. We can't hear you.
You've been
He
talking
talking
to
to other
yourself for like
people
2 solid
because
minutes. We
he's
ain't hear
talking to
shit
his
you said.
friend.
you know,
He's
and
talking
this
to
is
his
why I'm
friend.
not streaming, because if I was streaming, I know that you guys muted me. That's crazy. I'm just
Oh,
saying, I be nothing but nice. We're just having fun, right?
you
I
ain't
just don't
nice.
like
We nice too. Look, this is us being nice, buddy.
For real.
why y'all calling me gay then if
Uh-uh.
I'm being
Hold
nice to
up.
me.
Ain't nobody call
No.
you
No, we
gay. We didn't even
didn't.
say
Uh-uh.
that.
No,
No,
no.
we hinted
There
to
was a
it.
lady that said that your
Ain't
mouth
nobody
has a
say that.
lot
Now
of
you lying,
miles and
fatty. Come on,
like, what
fatty.
does that mean?
Ain't nobody say that, fatty. We asked you the whole. Hold on, fatty. This whole conversation started. Not be nobody said
Hmm?
nothing mean to you. We asked you. We've been having a conversation. Hold on, y'all. Something might be wrong with him. This whole time
Man,
we've
he
been having
lying in
We've been
Portuguese.
having a
You call me
conversation.
Jamaican.
Hold
You
on,
said you're
fatty. We've been asking
Jamaican.
you why you called yourself fat and how it's not okay to be fat phobic towards yourself. We ain't even got to the prompt yet. We ain't even addressed the prompt. We've been talking this whole time about you not being fat phobic against yourself and that it's okay for you to be a little big boned. That's all we've been talking
But
about.
there's
Why the
I
hell
told
you
you to
bringing
show
up the
your titties,
community?
sir. Like,
It's
so nobody
crazy.
said to stand up, and I know you have a fatty
No,
on it
I
and
would
show
never
it, and
objectify.
nobody said
Whoa,
that.
whoa, y'all, hold on. Now he lying on my name. I would never objectify somebody. I know how that
absolutely
feels. I
not.
got a
So who
brother.
said it?
I got a
Tyler. So
brother.
who said it?
I have
No,
a
no, no,
dad.
Tyler.
Nobody
Hold
said
on.
that.
Somebody
You
on
making
this
shit
panel
up.
said
Hold
fat.
on. I have
No,
a
no one
dad.
ever said that.
I have
No
a
one ever said
fatty.
that.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I would never objectify a man like that. That's crazy.
Hey,
It's probably the
on
people
some.
on the Twitch that told you that. Nobody said that, so stop lying on us, sir. Okay? You and your Puerto Rican accent need to just relax and go ahead and continue to brush your beard while you
Saying
try to
Puerto Rican. I'm from Portugal,
I don't
Europe.
know what that means. Stop lying
It's
on
not
me.
Puerto Rico. It's Portugal.
I don't know,
Why are you
sir. This is
laughing, Tyler? Stop
crazy.
laughing. I'm offended. I'm offended that you
No,
guys
we've
are
been
laughing. That's
respectful this whole
crazy.
Why is this
time.
man
I am
so
offended and you are laughing
Sir,
at my
we've been
pain. That's
respectful this
crazy.
entire time, sir.
The black woman is God sometimes. I don't know.
Look, sir, I don't know who hurt you. I don't know who hurt you and made you feel like we were those same women. I would never objectify men. I don't make false accusations on people. I don't appreciate you saying that we said all these horrible things. Like we would tell you
So
to
you
stand
didn't
up.
call
That is not
my wife.
okay.
Hey, can I can
So
I
so
can
you
I
are telling me
object?
who hurt you? It was
Wait,
you.
can
I
I
came here in
object?
peace.
I think
Go ahead, Tyler.
Fatty. Okay, so listen, I just hate the name.
I tell her.
I hate that you call yourself Fatty. Can we just can we just? I'm gonna call you Ty. I'm gonna call you Fat T.
So
I'm gonna call you T. That's what I'm doing. I'm
Yeah.
gonna call you T.
Calm
Listen,
Ty.
T.
Wait, unmute yourself. Somebody accidentally mute you, Ty. Unmute yourself, buddy.
Fetty is my stripper name, but you can call me Claudio. It's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna just call you
That's,
T.
This
I'm
nigga
gonna,
on
no, call me
YouTube.
Claudio.
I'm gonna
Hold
call you
on.
T.
Hold on.
So
This
at the
nigga.
end of the
This
day,
Damn,
hoe
Nigga
be
got
snitching. Who
lying.
snitched? Oh,
I
I
need
hate
you.
y'all. Who is gonna
Listen, I
snitch?
need you to
Y'all are
understand something.
snitching on me.
No,
That's
we're gonna
Wanna
crazy.
be. We're gonna
tell
be.
your people to follow us on YouTube at least.
No,
Yeah, y'all are some
who
freeloading
is?
ass niggas. Look at this shit.
Let me share the screen with them. Hey, go ahead and follow her on. Go ahead and follow. I'm going to give her the link. But hey, you guys are snitching. I'm going to put it to my people. There's 50 people watching. Let me go ahead and put the link here. But you shouldn't be snitching
He
on me.
said
No,
That's
they need
crazy.
to follow
he
our
said tick
YouTube.
toxicity.
Who is?
Freeloading ass niggas.
Let me share the screen with them. Hey, go ahead and follow.
Oh,
Damn,
Becky a
who's snitching on
problem.
me? That's crazy. How you snitching on me like
What
that?
this hoe talk
Because we're a
about?
real page. She's a real person, and we don't do that
But
fake shit.
but you have to be
Listen,
Wait,
T,
honest.
we
I
gotta
wasn't mean to
wait.
y'all.
I
Y'all
just
was
need
mean
to
to me.
address this real quick. I think the fact that you came on this live and with the pure
Mm-hmm.
intent of being toxic instead of having a genuine conversation about what's really
Crazy.
going
How you
on,
snitching on me like that?
you genuinely um are trying to create a toxic forum for clout, and like that's not healthy. We're literally having healthy
So
stimulating hold on, I'm still talking. We're having healthy stimulating conversations involving what is literally affecting the black woman community, and you are literally the heterosexual black woman community, and you're literally crapping on it.
but
Understand
you
that
guys called
what
me
is
gay on the first second.
hello,
Wait, we're
I'm
not gonna
still
message this man
speaking.
streaming us on YouTube.
I'm
no, that's what I
still
want to
Tyler,
do.
speaking.
y'all
He
didn't call me
support
gay on the
shit.
first second I
I'm
got
still
here.
speaking.
I don't
At
listen,
the end,
ma'am. Hold up, ma'am. Hold
Wait,
up.
how we
Sorry,
gotta address
goddess.
this? Hold on,
This
Tyler. Hold
this
on.
motherfucker streaming. Sir, you ain't gift. You ain't support shit.
I
You're
literally
free.
share your
No, no,
stream. I
no. The
shared the.
fake,
No what?
sir.
I'm broke,
Turn
baby.
your fucking camera on first of all. Turn your fucking camera. We don't want to fucking see you.
No, but y'all gotta read these comments.
I can't see him.
You flame me out in the comments. I ain't gonna fake.
Chicken.
For
No, they
real,
not.
for real.
Why is
No,
Better be
no,
quiet, sir. You
no,
better be
again?
quiet,
no.
let me go
Hold
look
Chicken.
at this
on, hold
screen.
on, hold on,
I'll
y'all.
F you up.
Hold on,
This is
fatty.
why a lot of black men are disingenuous, and you're the reason why we are having this dialogue. You're so disingenuous.
So,
This is a fucking ashame. Like you should be a fucking ashamed of yourself.
so let me tell y'all what they saying. Cause chicken gonna choke anybody. Chicken. Cause this what they saying. They saying obesity is his brand. Wild bees. Men, get your passport. She from B More, Baltimore. Fatty on Twitch. Cash App. Chill Queen. Yeah, they like him. You're sitting around talking to project hoes. Don't start some shit you can't finish. Titty party.
Lying. There's my people are all black. They are not saying that.
Um, Shut up.
Names of the people that said that. Now you're lying on us.
Sir, I don't care what you talking about.
Oh, so now
You're
you don't care. That's
disingenuous.
crazy.
Yeah,
No,
because you're
I
disingenuous.
wanna, cause I wanna know
You're
when
weird as fuck.
chicken starts talking crazy. One dude on here said, I'm gonna be single forever. These women sound crazy as hell. So,
Why did he
chicken.
come to a DL post to talk about this shit though?
That's what I said. So, chicken. What was so funny?
When I left.
Y'all go thumbs down his page. I already did it. I thumbs down Joe
They
You
shit
can
they
page.
thumb down
saying
all you want. It's
they
fine.
saying
I'm used to it.
y'all sound ratchet.
Who said that?
You
Okay,
said
okay, 1 second. That was
that.
that
Daddy,
was
Shut
Barb.
up.
Hey,
shut up.
one
You're
second.
Who said
Hey,
that?
disingenuous.
Barb, you
You're
can't be saying that
disingenuous.
about our
And
black queens. Okay, Barb, you
I'm
need to
about to
stop.
sue for defamation of character. I
You
wasn't.
can sue.
You
You
didn't
can
let
sue for
us know.
that.
And
You
I'm
lied
suing
and
for
said
my
that I wasn't
likeness.
on a public platform, on
You are
YouTube.
literally on the
That's a
public
lie.
platform. We
You
can
you
restrict you.
lied on. Hold on for a second. You lied on a platform about you being on a different platform that I was not authorized to be on. So
I don't have to
therefore,
tell you.
I can sue you for defamation of character because
No,
I'm a
I don't
business
have to
owner.
tell you. What the hell are you talking about? You are on a public platform.
Yeah, I'm on TikTok,
This
a
is not a
known
private
public platform
conversation. It's
for
a public
myself,
conversation.
but I was not known to be on YouTube. So you can either remove that off or you can speak to my lawyers. Thank you.
I will speak. I will speak to your lawyers there if that's the case. If you gave me two chances, let's talk with your lawyer real quick.
Her lawyers don't speak Portuguese Rican, okay? What you
Her
got to say
lawyers
about
don't
the niggas that be
exist. She
sucking dick
can't
on the
even
low,
afford
all
them. What
right?
the fuck are you talking about?
What do you have to say about the DL men? Come on now.
I think the DL men need to be honest, just like all you hoes that have 60 bodies and say
Gosh,
you
you
have
got to get
six.
him off your stuff because you guys looked at his platform? It's like black hate. Like he's literally like against like women and men being together. Like go look at his
Yeah, I
stuff.
just
Let me
came
go
up
see.
here to
It's
ask.
demonic.
I just came up here to ask the host. Host, you know how we talk about these niggas stealing our content.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do? Cause he's still streaming and he's still stealing your content. That's why he wasn't contributing to the conversation. He letting you run that damn YouTube and get content and interaction
I
over
was
there.
trying to see what he was doing
Well,
over
I'm
there.
going to leave then since you guys think I'm stealing content. I
You
thought you
were
was
stealing.
No, fatty.
Think,
Damn.
think. He was on his
Oh,
camera. He
my
was sitting
bad.
there on his camera patiently stealing
I took them
content and
off.
letting
This
you
man
run.
literally hates black
No, he
love.
over there getting paid, Mia.
Yeah, he's stealing
No, I know
content.
that. I was trying. I want to be more slick about it, but I don't. I was looking to see what all he doing, cause
Yeah, but
he
you
do.
gotta remember we all up here too, Mia. Well, I
He's
think that's
just
what Tyler
streaming
was
the
talking
live
about.
on his YouTube. He was just streaming our live on the
No,
YouTube.
I know, and
But
we had
that's it.
already stopped having the conversation. We started getting on him and looking. I was trying to see all what was going on over there, and
And
that's
the
why I was
fact
trying to
that
see what is
all of
If
everybody
you
us,
no, I was
saying.
just asking if you were cool with it. No,
the
if you
the
cool,
No,
fact
we
that
good.
all I hell no, I'm not cool with it. But the fact that all of us
No.
was put a project hose, like what the hell? Oh
Yeah,
my
they
god,
all like all they all got something crazy to say, but the
that's
problem is that
crazy. Oh my
he's
god,
using black women for content. They always
it's
do that.
it's
And they
Listen,
monetize
disgusting.
y'all. I'm gonna
off
tell
of
you
Mia's
this.
labor. I don't care
Listen,
what you say, but monetizing off of Mia labor and everybody on this panel's labor, not fucking cool.
Not
of
cool at
course,
all.
he's a black man in Portugal. He got enough motherfucking problems. I'm telling you right now. He gets enough hate. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people every day he walks out that motherfucking door he's getting called a porcher nigga or something like that. So he gets there's a reason why he up here trying to hate on black people because he probably hates himself.
Portuguese isn't racist.
Shut the fuck up, nigga. Golly, you ain't got nothing ever to say except for some fucking stupid shit.
Why are you getting mad?
Shut your stupid ass up because I hate a motherfucking ignorant ass little boy that don't got nothing to add to the conversation but some motherfucking giggles like a bitch. That's all you've been up here doing is motherfucking giggling. Like somebody tickling your ball sack. That's what you want? You want that man to come up here and tickle your motherfucking ball sack? Because all you've been doing up here is just motherfucking giggling like a hoe.
I don't know
Anyway,
half of this
Gotta
like
be
shit.
I was
careful. They're
saying.
probably still streaming us, ladies. Be careful.
no, they not. I was. That's why I was trying. I was trying to see like what is he doing. I was just
He's
trying to
race
be
baiting.
nosy so that I could say some shit. But I mean, y'all could have been dropped him. I just wanted to be a little shady on his way out, but I couldn't figure out how to work. The way his stuff is weird. It took me a while to really see how to look at it. But he's streaming to what Dark Horse is saying. He's going around to random people lives getting on them.
And then one more, I'm gonna say this. Chigga, you talk about some Portuguese isn't racist, like your ass ain't never left the same fucking block you done been born and raised on. Portuguese invented racism. They literally invented racism. They created manifest destiny. So why don't you shut your stupid ignorant ass up?
I don't even live where I was
Fuck
raised.
it. Ignigoramus. Stupid ass niggas always thinking they got something motherfucking smart to say. You ain't said a motherfucking thing since you been up here, but giggle like a fucking schoolgirl and protect niggas that you don't even know. You don't even know that man.
Hold up, Ease. Hold up, Ease.
Oh my God.
No, ain't nothing wrong with the schoolgirls. He's still a bitch though. He a bitch.
That's cool.
Was you with that nigga? Cause you got just as much to contribute as he did. You have fun.
Yeah, he was with him.
I was here way before him, bro.
No, you was with him. You was with him. If this was a bathroom, y'all would be fucking.
What are you talking about?
Just what I said.
I was here like an hour ago. I left and came back. You don't remember?
And you defended him like you knew him your whole life.
When I
I mean,
defend
you
him?
brought him with you. I just said y'all both had nothing to contribute. That's why I thought y'all go together.
When I defend him, host?
But it is weird because I didn't look at it like that. I did want to have like a moment, but I didn't look at it like that until I just went through because his stuff is on like sub only. So it took me a while to figure out like how to move around his page. And yeah, he does this. And y'all right. It's something so weird about the way these men operate. Like homosocial. He had like he must go live every other night or whatever. But him and a whole bunch of men on live. Like y'all men are fucking weird. The way y'all
They don't
think
have
is
any original
crazy.
content. They don't have anyone to discuss it. They don't have panelists. So that's what I'm talking about. That's the fucking leech activity. That you don't have any content. You don't have any ideas. You ain't done no research. You're gonna come in here, borrow hers, and start streaming it. And you're gonna make money. You've done no work. You've done nothing but sit there.
He was raised by
On the motherfucking
men.
table. You got your titties on the motherfucking table, drinking your fucking slim fast, talking to 30 people. And he's all, and it's not just that he talking about it's not just I went and took a peek. It's not that he only talking about black women. He talk about black people. He talk about your stupid black ass chicken and you over
Mhm.
here giggling.
Like
He
a
talk
damn
about
Chester
you.
cat. Like a damn Chester cat. They I
Talk
don't
about
know
me
why
all
they
he
think they
want. I
can.
don't care.
We know you don't care, chicken. We know.
Yeah, cause you're a
I'm
fucking
glad you
bird.
know.
You're
Yeah,
a
you'd
fucking
have to care
bird
about
brain.
yourself to care. And we know you don't care about yourself, so
Oh, for real? You know that about me?
Yeah.
Obviously. You just say you don't care. Stupid. Duh.
I'm glad you know.
This shit just crazy. Go ahead, Tara.
Nah, he boring.
He is. They always be. They don't have nothing. Like chicken don't have nothing. He need attention. That's what it be. That y'all be craving attention.
How am I craving attention?
See what I'm saying?
That's what they was doing earlier. Like, it's interesting because they'll just sit there, um, for hours sometimes, just trying to be around women.
Bro, I left and
Themselves
came back and
Chris.
y'all was still live.
Hold on, I was still talking. Like, these men be obsessed. Like, you wouldn't think it's that serious, but they literally be obsessed.
Obsessed with who?
Me.
That glory hole.
Like, what are you talking about? You talk about the
it's
most
we're
random
just
stuff.
talking about you not contributing but being up on the panel. So why aren't you somewhere else in a topic that you can contribute to? Most people have contributed 10, 15, 20 minutes of ideas since this live has been going. And that's what's weird to want to be here and have nothing to contribute. Nothing is since this live has been going. And that's what's weird to want to be here and have nothing to contribute, nothing new to bring to it, not to ask any questions, not to comment and say, hey, that sounds like a good idea, or why did you say that? Nothing. It's weird as shit. Are you lonely? There's no one home with you right now.
I contributed to the live when I was up here the first time. I came up here for laughs because y'all are hilarious.
For
Oh, well, then
laughing.
giggle in the comment, bitch. How about that? Go laugh in the comments.
Why
Giggle
you
in the
so angry?
comments.
Hey, why you so mad all the time,
The
bro?
way
What's up
these
with
men think we supposed to be their entertainment is so fucking crazy.
I mean, you don't want to stream it. Ain't that supposed to be entertainment?
No, it's not supposed to. It's a conversation. We ain't supposed to be up here while you sit up on the panel with your asshole leaking out all on my furniture talking.
All over your
No, that's not
furniture.
what the plan was.
What is you talking about?
Laugh at that. You want to laugh at everything
Cause you
else?
want, cause you gonna be the butt of the joke. Cause you gonna be getting roasted. That's what's gonna be the entertainment. It's gonna be all about you. But hold on, what up, Loopy? Hope you ain't no robot.
No, I'm not.
All right, what's up? How you feel about the prompt?
Uh, that dino guy. I think it. There's some truth in it. To be honest,
Mm-hmm.
I think that some men are hiding, and he's exposing them. To be honest,
Is that why you think that these men are like fighting for their life to like say it's a lie? It's a
yeah,
lie.
100%. Secretly, they're going to him. He even says that most men are going to him for schmecks.
Said his DMs is jumping.
I believe it. I believe it.
So I have a clip. So we could do like a little reset and I could play out some clips of some responses to DO Whisper so y'all can kind of hear what I've been hearing. And some of you have. So I'm going to play this clip real quick. I'm going to say it, I'm going to leave it alone, and I'm not responding to nobody. I don't give a fuck afterwards. The only reason y'all like that DL Whisperer page is because y'all obsessed about knowing who the fuck is DL all the motherfucking time. He's not helping y'all. He's using y'all for likes. He's just saying the same shit that y'all be saying because y'all think everybody is motherfucking gay. Everybody's not motherfucking gay, bitch. Everybody's not fucking gay, okay? And I hate the way that y'all bring up legitimate men and your man not acting right or he beating you or something, and you want to say that's because he's gay. What the fuck are you talking about? Especially if you got gay friends. Sound fucking stupid if you have gay friends. Most of us be riding for you harder than them niggas, okay? Be fucking for real. Y'all do the same with us most of the time, but some of y'all is on the other side, and that DL Whisperer page is bringing y'all out. And y'all want to talk about people saying bitch, yeah. Girl, y'all love the bitch all motherfucking day, but y'all want to act so politically motherfucking correct when it comes to certain motherfucking times. I don't give a goddamn. No, I'm not just going around here calling girls and females bitches. But people say bitch, like, come on, and you know the kind of way that they're using it. Like, be fucking for real. Shut up talking to me. Y'all really have gotten on my nerves. Y'all are really starting to irritate me. I'm not going to talk about it after this because I know I'm just getting it out right now. And y'all think that man helping you to be the same one to go fuck your man. Be fucking for real, girl. Y'all see the answer to a lot of negative shit as someone being gay, and I don't fuck with that. He know y'all homophobic and y'all give so much of a fuck about who DL, so he's gonna use that to gain a fucking audience and gain a fucking platform and gain fucking support that's really against him at the end of the day, which I don't. Anyway, I'm done, y'all. I'm done. Fuck it. Did y'all hear how he said female? Did y'all hear how he said like basically he want to be able to call us bitch because we know what it mean and we can't stop. Um, do y'all hear the hate in his voice? His disdain for women?
I
Absolutely.
do. Yeah.
Ashley, you know you up here.
Yeah.
Okay. You want but y'all can respond about that if y'all want to talk about that.
I feel like I'm saying the same thing every time, but I'm still going to say it again. If we're asking them to come out and please say openly what they want, that is not homophobic. If we're saying we want to support you in your choices, whatever that may be, that is not homophobic. It's just not. I don't understand why, if we're saying, hey, tell us what you are, don't tell me one thing and do another, that's not homophobic. So you're telling me in order not to be called homophobic, I have to accept them in or DL and don't say anything about it, just keep sleeping with them and never talk about it. That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh
That's what
yeah,
it
that'd
sounds
be
like.
like
Don't
another
ask
red
if they are.
flag.
Don't try to
Yeah.
guess who they are. Don't ask questions about what he's doing with other men. Don't say any of that stuff because now you're homophobic. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Also, did he at the last thing that you know what they all saying? They all say the same thing, and he gonna be the one to end up sleeping with your man. Y'all notice that? Almost every
Right.
response videos
Just as
is,
much.
yeah, like, oh, and he gonna be the one to end up sleeping with your man. So what's the problem? He want to tell her, if even if he wanted our man, like, what do we always say? If you can take him, you can have him,
Facts.
right? So if you could take my man, you can have my man. So what is the problem with him taking him? I don't want him if he wants you. That's the information that we're seeking from him in the first place.
We just want to hear the truth if that's what the men really want. I'd rather not be kept in the dark about it. I'd rather know. So I don't waste a few years of my life in a relationship when I know he's into men. It defeats the purpose.
Ashley, you want to say something?
Hey everybody, how
Hey,
y'all doing?
girl.
So I've been listening for a little bit, and the last clip it made me think of something. I could be wrong,
Okay.
but it kind of sounds like a lot of the men that have been having this conversation kind of still hold a little bit of guilt for their sexuality. Like even though they're openly gay, like I feel like they still have like that shame for being gay, so they kind of project it onto like the DL Whisperer. And then at the same time, like before they were openly, you know,
Out,
I don't know
yeah.
if I could say, you know what I mean?
Just
Before
say
they were openly gay,
out, yeah.
they have that shame of what they used to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, they don't know how to like connect that. So, the easiest solution is to just blame women.
Yeah. I think that could be a part of it. That I don't think we talked about is like them having guilt. And I talk about this. I feel like I talk about this all the time, and I be feeling like I talk about it with y'all, but I'm sure it's just um outside of here. But guilt is often a primary emotion that is covered up by anger and aggression, so that would make sense. If they guilty, that's why they are having these crash out moments where you screaming in your phone. Then switch the conversation to about the DL whisperer tricking us women to how you gonna call us females bitches. So hey, I mean, potato, but it's something to it. Go ahead, Tara. My bad. I had already told her to go before I seen that you was off mute. I'm sorry. Tara.
Hey y'all. I just want to emphasize that these men ain't gonna tell you the truth. Like, and I think it's a lot like, and I think, like how like some women, they're, let's say that man cheat on them, and he leave him for the other woman or whatever, or she the mistress and she want him to leave her for the other one. Like her goal is to make sure that that woman is miserable as hell, even though that woman ain't did shit to her. The goal is that that woman is miserable as hell. And that's what it's like here. It's like, y'all not supposed to find out. Y'all not supposed to know. It's like everybody getting off on it. But I had dropped something, y'all, so I'm a little distracted. So let me
No, it's okay. And I agree. Oh, go ahead, and I'll play this other clip because it's the way he is sliding in violence is funny to me. But go ahead. All right, Ashley. Damn, Ashley.
Dang.
God
Oh.
damn, Ashley. Y'all, Ashley be picking with me in the comments. She ain't. She be picking with me. So I was shocked she came up here. My girl said, "Let me get on down for I be like chicken." But go ahead, Tori.
I was gonna say wanted to send you. I should have thought about. I didn't know you were playing clips, but Cairo down in the comment is talking about how this DL thing isn't as prevalent. Otherwise, y'all would be catching them because you catch them cheating. And one of the DL Whisperers reaction pages was a gay man, and he talked about how the setup goes and how they're introduced and what their communication looks like. So the communication is, I met a new friend, built a friendship. We met at the gym. Now we work out together. And the text message is, hey, do you want to hang out, meet up and go play ball? So you're not going to be looking for that as cheating, sir. They never talk anything sexual in the text messages. All of that is code. So no one comes out right and says, hey, I can't wait for you to blow my back out. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what we're talking about. And that gay man who did that, the JY man who responded to DL Whisperer was saying exactly what the setup looks like and what the
Mm-hmm.
communication is. So that's all I wanted to say. Stop saying that we can just tell.
or what have you, we can catch him cheating because no, you're setting it up like this is my bro. So anyway, funny
Period.
story.
Clock it. Go ahead, East.
Also, two things. One, I don't think you understand just how humiliating it is to if your man was having catching your man. I don't think that there's a woman in the world that would actively want to tell anybody, that her man is gay or DL. So for you to sit up here and say, well, have y'all caught anyone? There's probably women on this panel, probably women in the comments, probably women in the comments of supporters of his that have caught their man, their husband, their boyfriends, and baby fathers of being on the DL. But they'll never say that, especially when it comes to Black women, because we're already masculinized on every single aspect of our being. To find out that your man is with another man, do you understand what that would do to us mentally as Black women? Finding out that you are losing your man to another man, like really think about it. And that's where again y'all have absolutely no empathy. But I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna drop him because I gotta watch The Last of Us, y'all. I really think that there is a financial benefit for the GAY men to protect the DL men. And I keep saying it over and over because the DL Whisperer talks about how they'll do anything for money, or they're real money hungry, real money thirsty and stuff like that. And that includes partnering with a woman, living with a woman so he can conserve his resources in order to then turn around and take care of their boyfriends. And then the boyfriend that is directly benefited from it, getting their bills paid, getting their lifestyle provided for, they're not going to say anything. And also, they're not going to say anything because they don't want when that dude, the 47-year-old dude that called himself an old queen, that came up here and said that they are the lowest of the lowest. They are the bottom tier. They're the brokes and the dusties. He's absolutely right. They are the brokes and the dusties. So if he's not living with him, I mean, if he's not living with you, where you think he gonna ask to stay? He gonna ask to stay with them. So that's all I gotta say.
That's true. Clock it. You made a good point. I didn't think about it like that, but you definitely clocked it. And I said it yesterday about them not having no empathy. They don't. They don't have empathy for us. They don't have empathy for the women who are in these relationships, because one man was saying a lot of times y'all be knowing, y'all be finding out, y'all still stay. Yeah, you don't think that, like, you think it's that easy to fall out of love with somebody? Like, you don't think that the manipulation with that still happens? Where it's like trying to, that's where it comes in, where they say that you wasn't bending them, they was bending you. So like, stop with this idea like they're not still trying to manipulate these women. If it is true that the women are catching them, but they're just not leaving. If it is, like, even if that is true. So I don't know, but let me play this other clip. But you're right. It's and it is about the money, Ease. You definitely right. Good night, Ease. I hope when protection is needed, and God forbid that it is needed for the DL Whisperer, that the same women who are hyping up his content are the same ones who stepped up to the plate and protect him. I'm not going to insert myself in this battle too long, but I will say this, right? I remember when I was 17, I had just come out the closet to my family, just one side of my family, my mother's side to be specific. Me and my grandmother were having a conversation not too long after that. She was like, your mother worries for you, naturally so, because she knows this world is not kind to queer Black men. It's just a fact. And I remember like seeing shows like Empire and Pose and Star, seeing so much of myself in these TV shows. By myself, I mean Black queer representation, and thinking the world is evolving. It's becoming a safer space for people like me, right? Said that verbatim. She was like, baby, those are characters. Those people who happen to also be Black and queer, playing Black and queer roles, they got more money than you. They have more access to security and safety to you. Bitch, you still walking to school. You work a minimum wage job, and you live in a suburb of Chicago. Chicago got deep roots in the South. And if you know a lot about the South can be very homophobic. I remember when I was in high school, there was a trans girl. She stayed fighting the girls and the boys, and solely because she was trans.
So I was made very aware of the circumstances of the environment I was in. I heard faggot all the time. The only fights that I did really get into in elementary school was because I was being called out of my name. And what word did they go for? Exactly. Like I knew what was up. But once I came out, when you come out, especially to your mom, you really don't give a fuck what anybody else got to say. I was briefly reminded of the reality of where I was living. Just because I don't care don't mean other people won't care. That was just me coming out of the closet. I'm not doing what the DL Whisperer does. I'm not saying what the DL Whisperer is doing is right or wrong, because it's such a layered conversation to have, and I don't feel like I have the range right here in this moment. But I hope, if protection is ever needed, that he gets it from the sisters who are hyping up his antics. And that's all I'm gonna say about it right now. These are comment sections in agreements with you. There are DMs and likes and shares. But if something was to happen to you physically, who are you gonna call to be by your side if you can't call anybody at all? Just like I thought that me seeing myself on TV was a sense of progress, in a sense of protection, in a sense of safety, I fear that this person may feel the same thing. The comment section is quick to switch up on you, let alone protect you when you're in need of some sort of security, especially in person. You can say what you want, whether you agree with his antics or not, but we can all both agree that this is a dangerous game to play. Okay? Ain't nothing scarier than a male ego that is broken, exposed, or damaged. I hope when protection.
So do he think the DL men gonna protect them?
That's literally what I came up to say. I'm like, you're basically saying the men are the ones who are harming you, but the women are not likely not to be able to protect you. But the men are, but they're harming
No,
you.
no, she's not. He's not saying that the DL men are going to protect him.
No, I know that. I'm just saying it's funny that he even was saying that the women not. So you think the men are? But go ahead, Dark Horse.
It's our responsibility. We talked about that.
Oh yeah. Oh, I get what you're
Everything,
saying.
everything, yeah,
Yeah.
everything is the woman's responsibility. It doesn't
Mm.
matter that these men are violent. Who is he talking about? He's talking about the women. He's not mentioning the violent men. He's talking about what we need to do. Either stop supporting him, or when something goes wrong, go to help him. Fuck what the men are doing to him, and fuck who hurts him. It's still on us every fucking time.
Did y'all hear the fake vulnerability of him trying to tell that weak ass bitch ass story?
Yeah, he did all that just so he can throw, say what he said at the end. That's all it was. Like I hope it's worth it, cause like I hope it's worth you saying something for these motherfuckers. So and that's the problem. Y'all want to protect men, and at the end of the day, all the homophobia and all that shit is because we live in a society that hates women. That's the thing. So if you femme presenting, yeah, you won't get the hate because you live in a society that hates women. But yeah, y'all right. It's very interesting how like y'all want to protect this monstrosity of a person. Cause like you talking about, I hope you were like you scared though. You not gonna say shit. You falling right in line, and that's crazy.
The men won't protect him just because of the embarrassment, and that's exactly why they won't. Even if they're sleeping with him, they're not going to come forward and defend him because of the embarrassment of women finding out.
Even the embarrassment of women finding out, they don't want to lose their status among men. So again, all of them are performing this same masculinity mask. So when they're saying, "Hey, I need to have a woman on my side to be respected among the workplace or among my," they don't care what you're doing behind closed doors. It's all a front. It's all a lie. So there's keeping up this mask, this masquerade. And that's where they're scared of losing, because the people who would say he's not welcome in our group, he came out as DL, are the ones who are still DL. You see what I'm saying? The ones who are saying, "Oh, we're against that. We wouldn't support a man who, is harassing women," are the ones harassing women. That's why I say it's a whole group of fake and frauds. That's all it is.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's got a restriction in the comments. Is that because I'm a mod?
I don't know, but it said something to me, and I'm like, what? I don't know what you said.
No, it said, yeah, I don't know. Hold on. I don't know what it said.
But
Is
it
it
sent me a notification to remove you, and I'm like, she ain't even up here. Then you came back up here. So,
Oh, let me drop that.
all right, yeah, I don't know what that was about. That was weird. I ain't never seen that before.
These lavender relationships have been happening for so many years, and some women knew about it and still stayed with the man after all of it.
Yeah, women have been conditioned into all types of abuse: physical, sleeping with women, sleeping with men, whatever it is, having outside children, outside families, disease, all that kind of stuff, all the abuse. And to
Yeah,
be honest with you, we don't even cut it into categories like this one's acceptable, this one's not. We just been conditioned to take it, whatever the abuse looks like. All of it. It's so sad.
it is. I agree.
I think there's another layer to this conversation. The reactions not only show that everyone's in on it and we're the ones that are just finding out, but also that this is a more hard line for a lot of women, that a lot of other, I guess, types of abuse are almost like not necessarily as lenient, but probably more lenient, right? There are women who have confirmed tolerating cheating, tolerating some form of, verbal abuse, financial abuse, as long as he's quote unquote taking care of you, right? So I feel like there's been some level of acceptance and familiarity with a lot of the other forms of abuse that women have taken. But I see a consistent, really hard line for this DL, meaning, straight men cheating. It's like, maybe you can get with it, maybe you can't. Maybe you can get over it, maybe you can't. But with DL, a lot of women are like, absolutely not. Like this is a very hard line, and it's a wrap. And I think that's also very threatening to men as well, because they know this has been women's response consistently or more consistently, and they still want to be able to have that access. So to me, a lot of the men have an issue with being categorized as DL because they know that's a deal breaker. That's a very hard line in the sand for a lot of women. And so being, almost like marked, essentially, your level of access to women goes down tremendously.
I think it also shows that like the reason why black women are the ones who end up standing up for everybody is because like we are community minded. And a lot of times we gotta be. And it just shows how like individualistic these men are to think that. So the thing is, y'all not supposed to be. We're not supposed to all have this conversation because you don't know. You need to just try to clock your man, and that's it. Like that's your job to do for your relationship. But like for all the conversation for everybody, oh, of course that's dumb because like you can't tell. You ain't never going to tell. Um, that's it.
Yeah, I think it's I just think it's frustrating, y'all. Like I think that there's an understanding for women that are relatively conscious. There is, and when I say relatively conscious, I'm not talking about the ones who are performing femininity, who are performing respectability politics, because I found in my journey of like unpacking some of my male centeredness, the more and more I unpack it, the less and less respectable I am. So I'm talking about the women who are literally conscious and aware of not only their own internalized misogyny, but others and what it looked like, and what these phobias are and this conditioning. And it's frustrating because although we are clocking it, like we got the answer. We know what the solution is. It ain't just that we're complaining and venting about that, which is important because having the conversation is important, but we're also able to give a solution. And the reality is, it's only a very small few of us. Everyone else is playing this game of protecting the image of men, holding on to this idea that masculinity is is a beautiful, amazing thing, instead of looking at how it's been harmful, not just to women, because that's important to talk about, but to children. the biggest thing we should talk about is how it affects the children, but also it affects men too. Like, cause I think Tara, on your video, you was talking about how the real homophobia is this toxic hegemonic masculinity. Absolutely, absolutely. But to be able to ignore that, and the way these women are having this conversation and talking down to us, making us, gaslighting us, making us feel like we falling for something, even though we know that homosexuality and DL is a real thing. Instead of them, what they could have did, instead of saying that he's lying, is say that, hey, DL, men being DL is a real thing, but it's also another real thing is the fact that a lot of these men are homosocial, and that's dangerous too. They could have completely just had that conversation. They want to tell us that we tripping. These are the same women who talk about I'm choosing a bear, who talk about 4B, who talk about it's all men and two is no men. But boy, oh boy, when it comes to this conversation, everybody want to be hush mouth. When these men have been like they're trying to tell us that they're laughing at us for believing the DL whisper, as if they haven't been laughing at us when they were sneaking around in locker rooms, under tables, and at fucking football games, in the man cave. They think we stupid. Like, I don't know. I don't know. They've been playing a nasty game with us. Them going to the strip club has been about them being able to be intimate with each other while objectifying women. That's what it's been about this whole time. Them running trains on women in college has been about that. Them running trains on women, going to these being fucking pineapples or whatever them people is, swingers, all that has been about them being able to have access to women to use and abuse them while building bonds with men. There's a lot of weird shit going on. A lot of it. So I don't know. This shit just crazy. Yeah. Disgusting. But Terry, you could go ahead, but I did want y'all to hear, I really want y'all to hear this woman who, I don't know if y'all know her. Let me see.
No way.
Cause what's that lady name? I can't think of her name. Cause she done got into it with Moses. Let's see. The Cindy Nor lady. I know y'all know her. Cindy Nor.
Yeah, I listened to a few of her responses on this DL thing. I'm a little split, but go ahead. I think I like one of them, but I heard like four of them. Play
Oh,
which
well, this
one you
one.
got?
I'm gonna play the one I think. To me, okay. Well, I play this one because you said you split. I play this one when we'll see.
Okay.
What's bothering me the most about this whole DL Whisper fiasco is that a lot of these women who are falling for these antics are the same women who want a man who bends the typical archaic definition of what it means to be a man. These be the same women who want a man who can be vulnerable with her and aren't afraid to show their emotions. But you better not show them too much, otherwise you're DL. These are the same women who want a man who isn't afraid to get a matching manicure with her. But if you're wearing too much nail polish, you must be DL. These are the same women who want a man who's a gentle giant, a teddy bear, a sweetheart. But the minute he doesn't execute any kind of aggression in the way that she's looking for, he must be DL. These are the same women who want a man who isn't pressed for intimacy. But the minute he tells her no, for whatever reason, it must be because he's DL. That. It's like y'all want for men to step out of the confines of what it means to be a man in our society, but they only get this much space outside that box, which is ultimately another box. And while no, women are not responsible for the creation of these archaic and constricted definitions of what it means to be a man, but at some point, we have to do some introspection and assess how much we've internalized those constricting standards and how much we project those standards onto who we date. If you are a woman who wants to date a man whose masculinity exists beyond the confines of what it means to be a man in our society, then you must ask yourself this question. Am I a safe space for this man to explore his masculinity beyond what it means to be a man in this society? Or is his exploration of what it means to be a man really just him walking a very tightrope with me that he is bound to fall off of at any given moment? Because while a lot of y'all claim to want a man who isn't like most men, that tune quickly changes once that man begins to perform in a way that lies outside of your comfort zone of how you think a man should perform. Yeah. What's blowing?
Now, see what I'm saying? Mind you, women just don't want DL men. That's literally it. The whole conversation is women want to date straight men. And this is the response?
No, it's not even that. It's about honest. It's about honesty, and I think that's the issue. They have to remember that DL is not the same as GAY. It's not the same. It's not the same. And if people understood that it's two different things and understood the nuance of it, is you want someone who is open about their sexuality and what it means to them. That shows you respect. That shows that you can trust them. That's the trust building exercise right there. And if they are confident enough to say what they want, I am okay with that. That's what I'm all right with. But what happens is that part of you that is ashamed or won't bring it out to the front and you're struggling with it, it comes out in other ways, namely violence and namely abuse. Because you are struggling and you are trapped and you can't be yourself. And that's how it starts to harm women. It's not only with an STD rate. It's not only with, physical, violence. It's multiple ways that it comes out when someone cannot live in their truth, no matter what it is. And no, we're not classifying us. A lot of us have evolved past that. And what we're evolving into is, hey, I'm fluid. Hey, I have these thoughts. What about you? And if you can't have an open and honest conversation, then that's the red flag right there for me that you can't be honest.
But at the same time, they're not confused. Like, we see this all the time. It's just an opportunity to shit on black women. Like, black women, unfortunately, want to shit on black women. Like, it's just a shit on women. Because, like, you would think that DL Whisperer was a fucking woman. Like, for real, you would think this is a woman that came out speaking about men being DL. It's a man coming out talking about relationships he had with men and women are the target group. Like, that's who you want to make the video, that's who you want to address, like the women. So, like, what did the men do wrong then? Because apparently you're not mad at the DL Whisperer. Got it. You're not mad at the man for being DL. You're not mad at the other man for sneaking. Like, who? Why? How the fuck is women involved in any of this? That woman was at home minding her motherfucking business. How's the woman the fucking problem? It don't matter what. Honestly, it don't matter. Like, if he whatever, what happened between him and another person? Because this is the problem with the GAY men who come up here, whatever. They don't like the DL men either because they want to live out. They want the fucking fairy tale relationship, and a lot of them gotta settle for these niggas, and they don't want the fucking problem. But like, why is it the women are getting the backlash? That shit don't make no fucking sense.
All women are doing is listening. Like, literally watching content,
But
listening
look,
to
I got some
content.
breaking news because you're right. That's crazy. It is as women just listening, doing a little kiki in the comment, no different than Shade Room.
Mm-hmm.
A
I
video
would
just got posted 15 minutes ago.
I would put them more in the boy
Dude,
category instead of the DL
hold on, Lucy,
category.
because hold on. This breaking news. It's for real. I'm eating an apple, but I'm in a live series right now. So 15 minutes ago, this dude, Daily Doses of D, because I seen some of his response videos. He just posted a clip and it says, "Let's expose the DL Whisperer." Now, hold on to y'all wigs and listen to this. Damn, I ain't playing with me.
Let's hold on to the bonnets at this time.
Well, since y'all want to expose people so bad. Okay, let's see. Since y'all want to expose people so bad, how about we expose y'all beloved DL Whisperer? formerly known as D.O. Loverboy, also goes by Naquan Palmer from Fitzgerald, Georgia. That's y'all fake messiah. Now let's get into it. Now I had no idea who this man was until he clipped one of my videos talking shit about me. And then
Doxing him.
started to call him out for the bullshit he spews online. Y'all flooded my comment section like y'all were the FBI of gay suspicion. But Karma is cute because one of the very men he was harassing reached out to me with receipts, bitch. This ain't hearsay. This is history. Naquan used to go by D.O. Loverboy on TikTok, spilling the tea on the D.O. men he were messing with on the low. Not protecting anybody, just chronicling his life as a D.O. lover. Then it backfired because many filed restraining orders against him for stalking, harassment, and showing up uninvited. They ran that man out of Atlanta like the feds kicked the door in, which is why y'all see him recording those dusty exposure videos from his mama's basement. And what's worse, he still messes with men on the DL, taking y'all money to expose these men while he lay up with them in secret. Y'all are being conned by the biggest fraud opportunists, and I love to see it because y'all so boastfully claim he's helping y'all. So if y'all want men exposed, I'm gonna expose him. Facts, names, and court documents. Stay tuned. Go like, comment, and follow for part 2 because, baby, one thing about me, I'm gonna pull your receipt every time. Court documents and all. Stay tuned.
So, first of all, sir, you want the money. You want money. Second of all, you ain't saying nothing. The way y'all talk about this situation, y'all not saying nothing. So he messed with DL men and he telling us what they expect from DL men. Why he's messing
He
with
said
them.
he
Oh,
didn't protect them. He's saying that he's not protecting them.
yeah.
That's what he
Woman
said in the
doesn't.
video. He wants these men to be protected. So you feel the same way. You don't want DL men exposed. You want to
Yeah,
protect
he
them, and
wants
you
to
mad at
protect
that.
DL men.
Yeah, it's fine. And we said that y'all was all on the same team, and y'all want to protect these DL men. You just came out and said it, sir. That's why you mad.
And the thing is, like, the protection of quote unquote women, is not do him not messing with DL men or messing with DL men. It's the information around to spot them. Like, that's literally it. So what he does in his private life, no, none of us care. Like, it's the dialogue, and it's honestly not even just him. We're all having this conversation and sharing notes. He can facilitate it, but it's not starting or stopping with him. So I just like that was pointless. That didn't do anything. Very, very weak team. Very weak.
No, he wanted to post. He wanted to get in on his friend, like whatever. You want to expose that man? Just got it. But like y'all niggas, it be pick me's in every fucking group. I swear, it be pick me's in every fucking group.
But the thing he exposing ain't nothing.
He ain't
So
saying shit.
so
That
you
was weak.
saying that you gonna prove to us that he got there's court documents that he still y'all the thing that's crazy. So he messed with
He ain't got
so you
nothing.
gonna confirm he messed with DL men, which mean that's what he said.